2010 BC Men's Curling Championship final. Dan Elliott alongside Melissa Sligo and Jody Epp and her entire Shaw crew, and a fantastic shot from Jeff Richard in the second end to put his team up 2-1 through 2.
That was just an amazing shot. As we were talking on the break, there's no way that Sean Geall could have put that rock in a better spot. I mean, it was right on the button. It was fully buried, but that just indicates what kind of ice we're playing on today. Jeff threw it perfect. He threw the perfect weight, perfect line, just enough to tap it back and got us 2.
Well, it was a really neat end to watch, because when you watch the slam events on TV.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the shot one more time.
So here it is, making a quiet come around. All these rocks in the rings, and just needs to bump this back about 3 feet, and he makes it absolutely perfect and sticks his shooter for 2 points.
Yeah, you can see the fist pump there from Tom Shapitka. He was fired up.
No, it's okay. Don't touch it.
So here Brent Pierce is called for a corner guard.
So we're going to continue to see the kind of strategy we've seen in the first 2 ends. Lots of rocks in play.
Our hats off have to go to the ice makers. When you watch the Brier and you watch the slam events and things like that, you watch teams making long run backs. You see teams coming around rocks in the top of the 8-foot, completely burying them. And this is exactly what we've seen thus far today, is some big run back shots and some great come arounds. So look forward to an exciting game.
Yeah, sign of things to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess Jeff's team's not too upset about not having their yellow rocks today. They're doing just fine with those blue ones.
Where do you want it?
With Jeff scoring those 2 points, Sean Geall's team gets the hammer because of their positioning after the round robin. And so by Jeff forcing the 1 in the first end and scoring 2 in the second, he's actually taking the advantage away. And now it's up to Geall's team to try and score 2 points and get that advantage back.
That one just slipping into the rings for Chris Anderson. Wanted that one just to come up a little tight so they couldn't remove the stone. Again, talking about that free guard zone. When the rock's in the free guard zone, cannot be removed from play until the 5th stone of the end.
It's hard to believe, but these two rinks met in the first draw of this event. That was last Monday at 12 in the afternoon, and it was one where Sean Geall won 6-3. They only ended up playing 6 ends. You know, it's just probably for Jeff Richard, you know, get your feet wet at the event. Obviously, Sean Geall coming in as defending champion. But, I mean, we talked about Jeff Richard having won 7 straight. The same is for Sean Geall in his ring. They both come in having won 7 straight.
Yeah, I think I think being the returning champion winning 7 straight is a little bit different than the Jeff Richard team. The returning champion, they feel confident going into this event that they've played it, they know how to win it, and they're just trying to replicate last year's performance.
All right, good shot.
Melissa, you've been in the situation, I mean, the pressure of trying to repeat, everybody expects that you're supposed to come in and do it again.
It's tough. I mean, it's extremely tough. We're just having a look here at the Team Richard road to the final here.
Yeah, and so again, a little bit of a tough start, and a couple wins, a couple losses, then a win-loss, and then just been on an absolute roll. And here's the Geall team, that 1 loss to Ursel, and then got some retribution coming back in the 1-2 game.
And some huge wins there. I mean, 11-3, 11-1. I mean, really showing their dominance.
Yeah, they definitely had some big wins, and obviously it's indication of how they play the game. They like to have the rocks in play. They like to mix it up a little bit. And just getting back to your question, Dan, is that, you know, when you are the defending champion, you have that little mark on your back, you know, everyone's gunning for you, and they also didn't have to go through the regional playdowns. They didn't see these teams during the regional playdowns because they got the buy into the provincial championships. So the first time they would see them, other than the Cashbill circuit, is right here. So, you know, they've been playing well. They had that one hiccup, and they've been playing well ever since, and, you know, had that day of rest, which, as we know, Sean really wanted. So, but it's good. It's good for both of them, and it's good for both teams to be on some sort of momentum, and that's what we're seeing today. We're seeing some great curling.
Yeah, we talk about rest being the fact that obviously they're not out playing, but those guys were all here last night and during the day watching the 2 games that are going on, scouting, whatever, just keeping an eye on how things were going.
And that's what you have to do. You know, you can go home or go back to the hotel and hang out and do your thing, but you want to stay engaged. You want to stay active. You've been active since, as we just talked about, since Monday, you know, physically and mentally. So they came, they hung out, they talked, they watched the ice, they practiced, you know, they did their thing. and probably had a good sleep last night and got up early for the game today.
Line's good. Lots of room. Lots of room. Clean. Walk, Ken. Tons of room.
So here we got a couple of corner guards up, and Sean Geall's asked Kevin to try and make it come around this corner guard and just sit right in front of the blue one.
Nice shot.
Oh, nice.
Nice shot.
It's a little deep, but it stayed in there for shot rock, and Jeff will have to figure out how to get rid of that rock.
Let's put it there. Drop. Okay.
So this is exactly what the Geall team wants. They want the rocks away from the forefoot, and they want Jeff to have to play draws and taps and freezes, because that will hopefully give them an opportunity to produce some extra points here and there. In the first game, they
tight line.
it was 6-3 going into the 7th end, and Jeff missed his last rock, which actually gave Sean Geall a draw for 7. So
they decided to call it right then and there.
Hard! You're spinning it in, Chris.
Leave it.
looks like he's on the guard.
It's on it.
And good call by Jeff. You want to make sure that you got your shooter or a rock in shot zone, so it forces Team Geall to have to make a play on it.
Even
Tom not overly happy with that
brutal,
shot.
but that'd be pretty good, eh?
Struggling a little bit so far, curling at 65%.
Can I wait? Draw. Okay.
Getting set here for Brent Pierce, his first shot here, the 3rd end.
Ideally for Brent, he wants to roll his shooter away from the other yellow stone towards the yellow corner guard, split the rings, and try and prevent any double opportunity for Team Richard.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Whoa! 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 Yep! Whoa! Yep! 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 Hard! Whoa! 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 Yep! Whoa! Whoa!
Good.
And that's an uncharacteristic miss for those guys. They wanted that one to stay second shot, obviously, and it just rolled too far. They were on and off it all the way. Not a lot, I didn't hear a lot of communication on the weight to see what was thrown, but we did see that in the first end, that out turn, where Brent's ran straight, he had the nose, and Sean's ran, you know, with a little bit extra weight, hit and rolled out. So same kind of thing here, and probably discussing the weight call on that one.
Help me out. Who, as sweepers, who are you listening to? You got the guy throwing the rock is yelling, your skip's yelling, yes, no. I mean, it's a lot to take in.
Whoever's yelling the loudest, I guess. But typically you listen to whoever's in the house. But if you ask my team on Wednesday mornings, I over yell over scream my third all the time. And she gets mad at me.
Roll, Chris. First goes.
They really want to try and get a roll here to try and alleviate any chance of a double. Now, interesting decision time for Brent Pierce and Sean Geall.
He's tempted to come on top of you, and then we're done.
Still trying to figure out a way to generate their deuce.
How are you done? Well, all right, let's go like this then, right here. Sit and roll. Whatever. I'll throw the freeze on if you want to. If you want to play it.
You gotta get back. We gotta move that one.
What do you like? This is probably the smart play, right? Well, it keeps the
So a
deuce
couple
alive.
options here. They talked about perhaps throwing the freeze on this one, and if Team Richard tried to hit it, they would have to. They would likely have a
Thought about
jam.
that, but if he gets back on top of us, then we're hooped, right?
Other option here is to try and hit and roll.
Freeze that.
Keep shot rock there.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And of course
You're
the
gonna have to move
third
that one
option
anyway, eventually, right?
is
That
the
other
freeze
one.
there.
You won't throw a freeze. No? If you not freeze it right here, 7/8.
Well, this particular circumstance is interesting. They've got a bit of a kicker over in the side, and it doesn't look like it's much of a factor with his third shot. So, they're probably in a position where they need to remove both those rocks eventually. So if they freeze one right now, that would really force it. So I love this call. I think it's a great discussion they had about the 3 different options, and by freezing this rock here, they're still going to create a chance to possibly score 2 or 3 points, because Jeff is definitely going to have to go after it. So great call by Sean and Brent.
Sorry.
And with the way Brent's been throwing so far, look for him to be really close in this shot.
And I agree. I think this is a good call. They still have the whole 4-foot area open if Sean needs it. He did it in the first end. He drew the 4-foot for his point, or top 8 for his point. So the key is to keep that 4-foot area open on your last stone if you need it. But this is going to try and put some pressure back on the Jeff Richard team.
What do you got?
Easy, boys. 7.
Well then.
Whoa, tons of room. Did you go a bit, Sean? No.
You got to wait till it starts curling.
Just cleaning. Weights close.
Nope. Got to curl.
No.
Looks heavy to me. Yep. Yep.
Right to the
Go.
Yep, get it back there.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Go.
Definitely not what they wanted.
So heavy, and now the third shot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He was just a little bit heavy on that. And it's interesting, you know, you're in a situation where it's almost like the more ice you take, the more it's going to curl, and they kind of got inside the curling track there, and that's kind of
like that.
That might be why it ran a little bit straighter than they
Freezes
expected.
in the corner.
And a couple extra feet of weight also just makes it run that much straighter.
As we're third shot, I guess, eh? Don't set up anything crazy.
What's that?
As long as we're third shot.
Yeah.
So Jeff Richard now is
Same
just
as your
looking
draw
at
there,
throwing another one in the rings and just eliminating
even
the
T-line
factors.
full
So
H fine, right?
the more rocks they have in the rings, the better.
Shade
And
more.
just trying to
We
force
took about here on the draw.
Sean Geall to 1.
Yeah.
In good position to do that right now, especially if he gets this third stone in.
Could throw a guard, but he's got that skinny double. You know, he can throw that thin double off that side too.
Are we sitting 1-2 or?
Yeah. T-line. Just sweep for T. It doesn't. Corner freeze isn't the important part. It's that third shot over on this side.
Okay.
So you heard the conversation there. There was an opportunity to throw a guard, but
T-line, guys.
with the respect that these guys give each other, you don't want to give any
Easy, look
doubles or in-offs to the opposition, and that's exactly what Jeff was talking about.
Whoa, looks heavy.
This really needs to stop in the 8 foot.
This is going to be a little bit heavy,
Good shot.
but it will
shot.
hang on to be at the back of the 8 foot right there.
Is that there?
He's got to make a shot.
Right?
Okay. Peel.
Well, I don't even know if you got to throw a peel out of
I
it.
think you got to throw a peel. It's pretty flat, right?
You want like his turn?
Looks like the guys are looking at throwing peel weight at this one and trying to roll their shooter over, either making the double or roll their shooter right on top of that other blue stone.
Now, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. These teams that play on the circuit and are taking curling to almost a professional level need to be able to throw this heavy weight and need to be able to make it throw it accurately. And this is what really differentiates the mediocre teams to the top teams, the ability to make draws to the button and make big cross-house doubles like this.
Other way. No, it's not there. Okay.
So we saw where Brett put the broom. They put it right in the middle of that stone, and that tells you the kind of weight that he was going to throw. But if you're anywhere full of the broom when you're
It's not bad. Yeah, this
that
one's
much,
not
I
gonna
mean,
go.
every little centimeter helps there. And when you're just a little outside the broom, it's not going to
Even roll
move with
this way
that
is
kind of
fine.
weight.
Broom too, didn't I?
Right? Well, maybe not.
I think we just heard Sean
Over
say he
here.
missed the broom as well.
It's perfect.
Nose even this way. If you roll here, this is never going anywhere.
Yeah. Yep, nose.
And you can roll it out.
As we heard Jeff say, a couple
Ooh,
options
best
there is
shot.
to nose it or even roll his
You
shooter
can roll it
out
all over into
completely
that corner.
and
Yeah.
force
Just what?
Sean
Control.
to a difficult draw for his one. So they'll be happy with anything here, just as long as that yellow stone is removed from play.
Yeah, just playing for contact, really.
Control
Yeah.
weight.
Make it go away.
Just roll to the back.
Roll my way.
Your way a little bit, yeah.
Kind of weight.
Control.
Control. Control down. Easy control.
Off, Chris, right off.
Off, right off. Right off. Never, 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 never. Never. Never.
Yep.
Never. Okay, it's a good shot.
There you are, Jeff Richard, line 3.
Is there a triple there, Jode?
Nah, I don't think so.
Just thought I'd throw that out there at you.
Yeah. Well, it's really been interesting. The Jeff Richard team has come out really strong today.
full on you.
They've been playing really well. It's been a good team effort, and they've been putting a lot of pressure on Sean Geall in his rink. And here he is again. Forced to draw the forefoot against 3. Now this is the curling turn. This side will really curl, so he really needs to make sure he gets up to the broom and throws the weight close.
And throws it positive. And we talk about positive as the number of rotations, so it runs a little bit straighter for longer before it hits the curl.
Last rock here in the third end for Sean Geall.
Up to the brushers on this one.
That's good.
Supers are on and off it the whole way. That's a really good sign.
Easy, easy. No.
Looking to score the single on the draw to the
Yellow.
Great shot.
forefoot, and he will do just that. So Sean Geall and his rink picking up 1 here in the third end to tie it up at 2 through 3 ends of play. Lots more to come here on Shaw TV. You're watching the 2010 BC Men's Curling Championship.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Duncan B. Lodge, located in Rivers Inlet, BC. Fishing tours for salmon, giant halibut, bottom fish, and more. Experience the Duncan B difference. 1-877-846-6548. Best Western. Over 180 hotels throughout Canada and 55 locations in British Columbia. Reservations at bestwesternbc.com.
The Mission Candlelight Parade is just one of dozens of community events Williams attends with your family. We're still in your communities after 80 years. Watch for the big Williams trucks.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
WHL Hockey is live on Shaw. Watch Wednesday, February 10th, when the Prince Albert Raiders hit the road to Orange County to square off against the mighty Medicine Hat Tigers. WHL Hockey, only on Shaw.
2-2 the score after 3 ends of play of the 2010 Canadian Direct Insurance BC Men's Curling Championship between the Geall Rink and Richard Rink. Dan Elliott alongside Melissa Sligo and Jody Epp. Time now to join the 4th member of our team, Stu Walters, who's standing by with the turning chair, Mark Longworth.
Yeah, Dan, thanks very much. And Mark, I know it is early, but what do you think of the game so far, especially that second end?
Very exciting. Jeff Richards certainly brought his A game today, and to make that deuce in the second end gave him a lot of confidence, and come back with a big force here in the third end. So I think he's taken a bit of control of this game, and we'll see how it plays out. Sean has the experience, but Jeff is certainly looking good.
Can you talk about the week of competition and the support from this great curling community that you've seen?
It's been terrific. The ice, the conditions have been great. The venue itself has been wonderful. The curlers have given us a lot of compliments, and our core group of volunteers has done a wonderful job for us this week, and really I think it's been a great championship.
And it probably is great to hear about how much they're raving about the ice surface.
It is, and that's a big part of it, is the product out on the ice, and Dave Merklinger is our world-class ice maker and his staff, and they've done a terrific job here. So it's been a great week, and it looks like a great final, and the ice has been terrific.
We talk about Vernon being a great curling community. You started here as a young man, and I understand, I know you're humble, but you've gone on to your fair share of provincials as well.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to play at this level, and it's been terrific. So I enjoy it. I know the guys love to play in it. They love the competition, and it gets your juices flowing, and it almost makes me want to come back and play some more.
And speaking of starting when you're young, you also crossed over to the coaching ranks, and I understand your son is doing quite well.
Yes, the team he plays on, the Gardner team, we had a great run in provincials this year in juniors, and ended up on the second, losing a heartbreaker in the finals, but I think they'll come back next year and have another good shot at it. But giving back to the game is part of it, and I think as we go along as curlers, we look at that and want to help the sport grow and get it to the young people.
Well, Mark, it's been a great week, and thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right, Dan, let's head up to you.
Yeah, thanks very much, Stu. They do a fantastic job every year at these events, and Vernon once again has put on a fantastic show.
So going into this fourth end, as Mark pointed out, Jeff had put the force on and forced Team Geall to the point in 3. So Geall has changed their strategy a little bit by throwing a center guard on the first one, and once it gets some rocks in play, maybe try and force the issue again. Jeff Richard came around that shot and didn't worry about it. We saw him go to the side yesterday, and so changed his strategy a little bit today.
Line's good.
Well, Jeff Richards' team can play offense, but they can also play defense very well.
4-5.
And now they're in a bit of a controlling position with a tie game, and they have hammer, so watch for them to try and control this game, and if they get a chance to score 2, they'll go for it. However, if it starts going sideways, they can certainly be in a position where they can clean things up.
Make that?
Pretty tough to make the double, but pretty tough. I don't think
you can make that. Curls in there, Sean.
It's edge to edge. Kind of weight.
Well, I might be able to throw like good bumper. Bump? I can throw bump.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah?
Sure. Well, nose isn't the end of the world.
Hey?
Nose isn't the end of the world.
So Chris Anderson rocks just chopped off the one in the top of the 12 foot there, which gives Kevin the chance for the double and possibly the roll on top in behind that center guard.
Bumper up.
Whoa, whoa, right off. Clean. Whoa, clean. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Hard. 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 Hard.
Nice shot.
Great shot there from Kevin Rexseedler, just getting it past that center guard.
Yeah, the key there was not necessarily the double, but more importantly to get the hit and roll behind the center guard. That's going to create more challenges for Jeff than anything.
So they were cleaning this one halfway down, went hard on it at the end, and it just squeezed by the guard, and Kevin makes a perfect shot. And he's pretty happy with that.
Yep. Gotta go.
Yep. So because they got the flop behind that center guard, Jeff can't see that one, so they're going for the one that's sitting on the right-hand side of the sheet with hack weight and trying to remove it from play. Nice controlled weight by Tyler.
Beauty. Great shot.
Nice shot there from Tyler Orm. He will remove that yellow stone.
So Team Geall sort of sees what's happening here. They don't have hammer in this fourth end, this crucial fourth end, and it's a tie ball game. So they're going to have to remove one of these stones from play, one of the opposition stones. They're sitting on the edge of the 12 on both sides of the house. Hoping for a hit and roll behind that center guard.
Whoa. Close. Whoa, off, right off, right off. Right off. Girl.
So looking for the hit and roll.
It's all right.
Nose hit. Now, interesting enough, if the Richard team nose hits this, they won't be second shot rock. So looking for the hit and roll behind the guard.
We saw this in last night's game as well. That hit and roll is very difficult to get depending on what weight you throw. And if you have your weight down enough, it's going to curl quite a bit, and it's really difficult to control it with sweeping. So we'll see what happens with this one.
Roll, Tom, roll it!
Okay.
Good job.
Getting closer to that center line.
Yeah.
Just control again or what?
I guess that's the one.
Well, line 2 right now, the Richard rink.
Hey?
Don't want to lose that path.
The only thing is, we nose it. Is he going to make a double?
Don't nose it.
Seems to make sense.
What kind of weight do you like?
Sorry? Control.
Good comments from Sean and Brent. They're concerned if they nose hit this that they'll leave a chance at a double on the yellows, and Sean's comment was quite simple.
I can work with it.
Just don't nose it. So they're going to throw quiet weight here, try and get a little inside flop and behind that center guard.
Just control. Off. Control. Off. Just control. Down a bit.
It's a touchdown, Chuck.
It's just not curling in that spot. And they had to bail and play the hit and roll the other way.
That was a good call by Sean. Sean's shaking his head down there, not sure whether it's the ice path right there or that rock. Maybe we'll hear a conversation between these two. Or not.
It's just a straight shot. It's really straight.
Yeah, here's that shot again, and they were really trying to get a roll inside here, and it just ran a little straighter than they expected, so they called the sweeping on to try and roll it away and get some separation. And you can tell Sean's just not very satisfied with what they're seeing right there.
He's pointing to the rock. It's maybe thinking that rock runs a little straighter, but it's hard to know. I mean, you know, he had a little bit more weight than they thought that he would throw, so it ran a little straight. And good call by Sean, though, to roll that shooter away. Opportunity here for now for Jeff Richard and Tom Shapika to get one in behind.
Yep. Yeah.
And sit two.
And we saw this spot really curl in the second end, so we know it's going to curl in there.
Yeah, tight. 5, 6, 5. Room.
Room, bite top one. Whoa.
Okay, easy then.
Whoa. Whoa. Off. Oh, boy.
Watch it make it move at the end there. It just breaks hard inside that hog line. That's a nice shot by Tom. Nice control weight.
It's nice of these guys to have all these big shots down at this end where all the fans are.
And good for our viewing as well.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So here it is. It's way out there, and they're just off the sweeping until the very end. And then once it starts to go, you see it right there. Now it's starting to break, and it just goes sideways in behind those guards. Incredible build to draw a rock around a rock, completely bury a rock behind a rock in the top of the 12-foot.
So a couple of options here for Sean and Brent. They had first looked at freezing to that rock that was just thrown by Tom Shapitka. And the way it curls, it definitely is an opportunity for that to happen, but they've chosen to go to the intern, Brent's intern side.
What do you got?
And try and get one to the top of the 4-foot area.
5, 4. Yep.
They want to narrow down or close off that scoring area for Team Richard.
Come on! Hard! Just 5, hard! Go!
They really got to go on this one. They don't want to tick the top one.
Go! Okay, it's not bad.
But they will do that. They will take a bit of that top one.
And just a little bit light on that shot by Brent Pierce.
And that rock actually ends up in a pretty good position for Sean and Brent. We watched this one coming down. They were just pounding it all the way. They really wanted to squeeze it by that one in the top 12-foot, and it just settles up next to it and stops. And the boys were not happy for sure. Sean was not happy.
Just 5.
It was just a little bit light, and it just overcurled on them, but it ends up in not a bad position. I mean, Jeff's going to try and make a play on it, but it is in a good position to promote if they need to. They can run it back on the blue one.
He can make this. He just hits, quarter of this one, and it's all gone.
Yeah.
What about this?
I think that's the threat.
Just makes this easier.
So by that rock chapping off the rock on the top of the 12-foot, it's actually giving them a double opportunity. So Sean can actually come down, hit half of the yellow rock that they just put there, and run it back onto the blue, as well as his shooter will roll across and hit the rock out in the side of the 12-foot there, and leave
fairly tight.
Geall sitting 3. So to protect against that, Jeff Richard is going to call the guard on this rock.
If we can, get to the inside or no?
No, I really want inside.
No, I don't want to give him this hook to the button, though. I'd rather keep it out a bit.
What's that? Yeah. Well, then we should be throwing maybe a 2 then at it.
So Jeff recognizes that rock just thrown by Brent is in a dangerous position for them. They don't want to leave it there. and give them the opportunity to run it back on that blue one, as Jody just mentioned. So the only option at this point is to throw a guard. And you heard the number 2. That's about halfway between the top of the house and the hog line.
It's pretty good. 3.
Clean line
here.
3. Clean it. Go.
Hard.
Yep. Losing line, guys. Hard.
Over curling.
Hard it.
Yep. Need a big bounce.
Okay, whoa then.
Hard.
No,
Whoa. Right there. Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, this one's curling a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that one really curled. Really didn't accomplish a lot other than the fact that it's taken away the hit. They could still come down with draw weight and tap that rock back.
What do you think?
Or they're possibly looking at the hit and roll off the outside blue one.
Yeah, regular.
Okay. How's that look?
I don't know what it's going to do.
It might curl a hair, but...
Okay.
So options here is, as Jody just pointed out, they can come down and try and tap that rock in, but they've chosen to remove the second shot stone
right to the
and get a roll into behind all those guards.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a prevention shot. They don't want to give up a 3 ball, so this is trying to be aggressive but still protective at the same time.
Whoa, off. No. Close. Nothing. Yeah. Oh, you've got to be joking me.
Oh, that just picked up something.
It did. And the frustration continues for Sean Geall.
That's unfortunate. The sweepers were right off it, hoping to get a little bit of curl because it was really close to making it. And then all of a sudden, right at the last minute, picked up a little bit of frost or fuzz or something on the ice.
So, and that's just unfortunate. We saw a pick in last night's game as well, but both Sean and Brent told their sweepers to be off it. No sweeping, no cleaning, no nothing.
Be joking me.
God.
And Sean very frustrated with that, the slam of the broom.
Fortunately, they did get a piece of that rock and moved it out, so now it's 4th shot rock. So it accomplished half the goal, and you know, it's less likely now they're going to give up a 3 points, but it is unfortunate that happened.
First shot here for Jeff Richard in the 4th end of play.
So this gives Jeff an opportunity to try and hook his out turn around
Room, guys.
into the forfeit area. Like to lie 2 after the end of this shot.
We got to go.
Yep. Go. No sense being in if we're not buried. Hard. Yeah, hard. Hard. Go. Come on. Go. Hard. Go.
And they will be lying 2.
Nice shot by Jeff Richards there.
Yeah, they're hoping that one would finish a little bit more. We know the other side is finishing really hard. This one didn't quite finish as much, but it's in a good position right now.
We're in the outside of that.
Hard. Go. Come on. Go.
Here they are finishing this rock, trying to get as deep as they possibly can.
Is there any chance here of Sean Geall being able to lie shot rock at the end of this?
Well, he does have a few different options, and now it's in a situation, which tough shot is he going to have to throw? He doesn't have anything easy, which is frustrating. So they're looking at the 2 rocks at the top of the 12-foot, possibly raising those back.
Probably, I guess, the best scenario.
Do that.
Yeah, that's not like that.
So a couple options here is to hit and roll in and try and just soak one right into the button area.
I like one of the taps.
That's almost not there, man. That? That's true.
I think the front end is looking to see if this double was there, but it's really thin.
Okay, well, let's try and make that, and if we...
Yeah, okay, let's try and make that. You're right, actually, yeah. And at least he's got to make that for 2. All right. It's got to be like almost an 8th, Sean.
You like this call, Jody?
Huh?
It's an 8.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big shot he's got to just hit an 1/8 or less of it, and basically cut it almost straight across to try and make the double. If he does, it's a great shot, and it'll be a huge momentum swing for the Geall rink. If he doesn't, however, he does actually give Jeff a fairly easy chance for 2. But with the options that he's got, 2 is not the end of the world, but certainly giving up 3 here would be a bit of a disaster. So
yeah, definitely.
So this is a bit of a defensive move and basically a safety shot.
And this is a big shot for Sean for a number of reasons, confidence being one of them.
Close. Whoa! boy.
There you have
What
it.
a shot.
Just a little piece of that is all he needed, and he would do that as a result. Looks like they're line 2 right now.
That was an amazing, amazing shot. And Sean, as we've seen, he's very, very frustrated with the pick in the last shot. A couple of frustration line calls, maybe rocks. And this was a huge shot for him, confidence-wise. He threw it perfectly.
Yeah, the
Look how
sweeper's
thin
right
that
off
is.
it.
Had it, boy.
Nice shot.
He made that blue rock shoot absolutely straight across.
Had it,
You
boy.
can't imagine how difficult that shot was. He threw about a 7.5, 8 second hit on that and just hit exactly where he needed to. And you can just see Brent Pierce, he was very happy, and great call, great shot, great throw.
Clean. It's good.
So as a result, Jeff Richard
A little more.
just trying to pick up a single here.
Hard. Yep, guys, hard. Hurry.
Line only.
Hard. Ready. Clean. Hard. All right, clean it in.
Looks good.
Just needs to draw into the 8-foot.
Jeff, who has that draw weight all game,
Blue.
makes it perfect.
And there you have it. We are through 4 ends of play here. The Canadian Direct Insurance BC Men's Curling Championship. And it's Jeff Richard and his rink. Tied up, or sorry, leading the way rather, 3-2 after 4.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Canadian Western Bank offers a full range of RRSP options with competitive returns. Scratch and earn a bonus of up to 3% on posted RRSP GIC rates. Visit cwbank.com to locate the branch nearest you.
Curl BC Championship Curling has been sponsored in part by Twin Anchors Houseboats. 30 years of vacation rentals on beautiful Shuswap Lake in the heart of British Columbia's interior. For 2010 rental rates and booking information, visit them at twinanchors.com. Best Western. Over 180 hotels throughout Canada and 55 locations in British Columbia. Reservations at bestwesternbc.com.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
To help the future of sport in Western Canada, Husky has been a long-standing supporter of the WHL's education program. Sponsorships to scholarships, Husky is committed to Canada's youth on the ice and in the classroom. Naturally, it's Husky.
The biggest event in Manitoba curling is back on Shaw TV. We'll be there as Manitoba's best fight to wear the bison at this year's Brier. Live from Steinbach, Manitoba, the 2010 Safeway Championship, only on Shaw.
A lot of great players have come and are playing out of the Vernon Curling Club, including a couple of guys in this game. Jeff Richard and Tyler Orm, junior men's provincial champions back in 1997, also won in 1999. As we look at our game here, it is the final of the BC Men's Curling Championship. Jeff Richard is ranked from the Kelowna Curling Club now, leading Sean Geall is ranked from the Royal City Curling Club. 3-2 after 4.
Yeah, we saw Kevin Folk on that list as well. He was playing in the game last night, plays for the Ursula rink.
I just want to go back to that fourth end for a second, and again, I'm putting my coaching hat on. You know, they were very upset about the pick on Sean's first one there, and you know, in all fairness, the brushers weren't sweeping it, weren't keeping it clean, and you just never know out there. You never know what's going to happen. I know there's, I think there's only one hair broom out there that Tom Shapika is using, so you don't know if it's going to pick up some debris. But regardless of how you throw it or where the rock is, it's always good to have at least one sweeper keeping it clean. It doesn't affect the rock path, and hopefully prevent those things from happening.
All the time here for a minute. I gave my broom the smack down and pick.
And I'm a second at heart, so.
Curl bit, Ken.
What did Sean just say about his broom?
Yeah, I think he's got a new broom because he gave his last one the smackdown, he said.
Yeah. Shot mark.
These
3-4.
Both Sean and Brent are very enthusiastic and have known to be a little animated out on the ice at times, and they've worked really hard at keeping their cool and staying calm, and as well being able to recover from events like that. And you know, when you watch juniors coming up through the levels that tend to be a little fired up out there, and you know, tend to get a little frustrated and angry. You know, it's just take a deep breath, realize that it's a long game. You're out there for 2.5 hours, and it's a 10-end game, and every end is an individual game itself. And you know, kudos to Sean to be able to come back and make that huge double to keep his team in it. And now they got the hammer back playing the 5th end.
Because you have so many opportunities, the biggest challenge is just try to put that one bad shot behind you. A lot of people have difficulty doing that, but that's what separates the mediocre players from the great players. They've had that short-term memory.
Lot 7, 8.
I guess that's one way to get rid of it, is slam your broom and get all the frustration out on the ice in the room. And then move on. I mean, Jody's right. That was just an amazing shot he made on the second one. Keeps this game close and has hammer back.
Yep, get it past it a bit.
So we've set up here pretty much the same that we've set up, you know, each other end. First one goes top 4, corner guard goes up, tight guard protecting that one, and Mark Olson was asked to freeze to that one in the top of the forefoot.
God.
And here we see it again. Nice double fist. Very frustrated, Sean, but he's going to be pretty happy after his second shot.
Easy.
So opportunity here for Tyler just to remove that yellow stone.
Easy.
Clean. Whoa.
Whoa. Off.
Off. Whoa. Whoa.
Very nicely thrown.
Good shot there from Tyler Orm to remove that yellow stone.
Tyler coming on strong today. He's currently 86% after 4 ends.
Okay. Play bump. Good reg. Nose? Yep. This rig.
So Team Geall was not allowed to remove that blue stone that's in the free guard zone prior to this shot from Kevin Rexseedler. So he's being asked to do that now.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Good shot.
Good.
Very well thrown, hit it around the nose, and removes one rock from play. And now you're in a situation that it's a Geall stone out in front instead of the Richard stone. So if they need it again and they're running it back, they'll be able to run their own rock back.
Yeah, that was a nice shot by Kevin.
Right on the stick.
So opportunity here now for Jeff Richard and team to try and get another one behind that center guard and put a lot more pressure on Sean Geall.
It's down. Tight line. Yeah, tight line.
Line. Goal line.
Whoa.
Goal line.
Whoa. Let's leave it.
Just bump here.
Yeah, no. Not even. Oh, no.
So right out of Tyler's hand, he was tight.
No.
And when the ice curls this much, that's the last thing that you want to do, because as brushers, you can't even early abort. That's exactly what they had to do. Didn't want that one to come anywhere near that yellow guard.
I like that. Split?
First miss out of you guys today.
I wouldn't mind that. Does this one roll
Sean
in?
Geall's saying that they haven't missed a lot at the Richard rink. He's saying that's their first miss of the day. He's probably happy to see it.
I like that, Sean.
Most definitely. Okay. They got to take advantage of it here.
Basically, good back 8.
And I really like this call by Brent.
Yeah, it's an aggressive
Hit like
call.
3/4 of it.
And if he can hit it absolutely perfect, he can actually split both of their rocks in the rings and leave the Richard rock exposed on the button.
9-10.
Yep, hard.
You might want to nose.
Hard. Nose it. Hard.
They just want to get a small. This looks like it's over curling right away.
Come on, Mark, go. Whoa.
Plan B.
Okay.
And that works out fairly well as well.
So just to reiterate, we're hearing some numbers out there, 9-10. What both teams are doing is they've divided the area between the hog line and the back line into a number of zones, 10 zones.
Okay.
The first three zones being outside of the house area. Zone 7 being the T line and zone 10 being the back line. Just an opportunity or some communication between the sweepers and the thrower and the person in the house. I think in your day, Joe, didn't they say like back 4 or back 8 or something like that?
It's great.
Yeah, we had lots of words, lots of talking to go.
She's really dating you, isn't she?
Yeah.
Hard! 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 Hard!
So this rock exposed for Team Richard.
Just wreck on that guard.
But unfortunately for Tom, it did overcurl on him and crashed on the guard, and he is showing some frustration.
Little slow reaction there on the Geall rink. It's too bad. If they would have jumped up there, they possibly could have swept that one in. So unfortunately, they didn't get in there to get that one in.
It's curling.
That'd be good.
Yeah. What do you think here?
Now Brent Pierce has struggled a little bit today. He's only curling 56% so far. The challenge with a situation like that is that Brent Pierce is going to curl 75 to 80%. So if he's not playing well at the beginning of the game, there's a pretty good chance he's going to play way better at the end of the game. So, you know, in a close game like this, look for him to turn this around. And he's a veteran, and he should have no problem to start playing better. And we'll see if this is when he starts putting some extra pressure on.
Yeah, and I think Team Geall right now are just a little bit frustrated with how their rocks are reacting to the ice conditions or the weight conditions. So as soon as they can get over that and start putting some rocks in some great positions, the confidence will go up, and like you say, Brent will turn it around.
Clean. 6. Gotta get her gap. Easy. Whoa. 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 Gotta curl some more. Gotta curl more.
This is looking almost perfect.
Good job, Brent.
Nice shot.
Make sure Sean's watching if the sweep goes in.
And going back to the point, I think what Kevin just said is you guys should have been watching and swept that yellow stone in that was bumped.
Just the realization now that it was
I mean,
that
he punted
close.
through the hole. It's not bad.
And we'll see how the end plays out, but you know, that's a key point. You have to be on top of things right away, and they just both stood there and didn't see that one.
Same weight, a little bit more, eh?
Jody would have been right up there and pounded it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've seen you sweep, buddy.
Because I wouldn't want to get yelled at by my team.
Whoa, whoa, off,
Yep.
off.
9.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Clean.
9, 10.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Nice control weight on this one, just trying to tap that yellow one back.
It's pretty nice.
Tom
Nice
making
shot
up
by,
for that one.
Tom Shapitka right down Main Street, and he'll get that bump back.
Very nice shot by Tom, making a big comeback after ticking the guard on his first one.
Just above the nose.
On theirs?
So they'll be looking to, the Geall rink will be looking to do the same thing here.
Fall him right in.
So here it is, nice backline weight. Just comes in at the end,
Pretty nice.
finishes enough, and bumps it right through the rings. Nicely done. And now Geall's rink will be throwing, they're going to be trying to throw a little more weight here because they want to remove both blue rocks from play. And as well, they're going to try and roll the shooter a little bit over to the side, try and get it behind the corner guard.
Hack. Just hack. Clean. Just hack. Yep. Yeah. Hard. Really hard.
You see Sean's reaction.
Hard.
They really want to try and make the double here.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Good shot. Well done.
Oh, very nice shot by Brent.
They'll remove the one out of that 4-foot area, but the blue stone remaining on the button to give Richard the shot rock right now.
Well, it's decision time for Jeff and Tom right now.
Yeah.
They've
pretty slight.
They're looking at the possibility. They're again showing that respect for their opposition. They're looking at a possibility that this rock could be run in somehow and remove this blue stone from play.
A little more.
So I think they've looked at calling the guard, Jode.
Yeah, they've decided that they're okay leaving Sean that shot. And after his last rock in the fourth end, I don't know if I'd be that comfortable leaving it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either.
but they seem to think that this is the best defensive shot. They don't want to leave an easy tap back to sit 2, so they're just going to throw a long guard here to try and protect the run back attempt, and then possibly leave Sean that angle raise.
Just clean it, guys.
Weight's good.
It's a little tight. It's a little tight. It's a little tight. Clean it.
2, 3.
Clean it hard clean.
Let's put
Where
it in
is
the right
it?
spot here.
Where is it?
3.
Whoa. Whoa. Off.
Just 2.
Sit.
Whoa!
Sit.
This rock is really curling on them. They don't want it to curl that much.
Yeah, bang it off that.
They were hoping they would get a little bit of a tick on that top blue one and flop it over. And you can tell by the reaction that one curled way too much for Jeff's liking.
And now it's really close as to whether Sean can make it past that guard and raise this rock back under the rock on the button and sit 2.
Yeah, back 8, back 12.
So they think it will. They've seen this rock come down a couple of times, so as we can see, just trying to raise the yellow one onto the blue one and push it out of the 4-foot.
Again, this one's going to come down all weight. This is all about the weight. If you overthrow it, it'll run straight on you. But they need to get enough curl, so they need to throw it light enough that they have enough curl to get past that guard and get almost to the face of that yellow stone.
But a big advantage having that this shot's been made a couple of times in this end.
Yeah, they've seen this one a couple times. Brent just threw it. Now it's up to Sean.
Back 12.
Whoa. Whoa. Stay with it. Stay with
10.
it.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yeah, hard. Real hard. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice sweeping.
Look at that. Sweeping hard.
Oh, what a shot. You don't want to leave Sean very much.
Once again, Sean Geall come out with a fantastic shot to lie 2 here in the 5th end of play. And great job by the sweepers to bring this one right in.
Great call, great line call by Brent Pierce. They were really patient on that rock to give it a full opportunity, and he was a little bit quiet, so they had to make sure they hit it right on the nose. So here it is. Look how close this is. And just bumps it enough to sit 2.
That's not bad.
And the difficulty is they've left those blue rocks at the back of their rings. So even an attempt for a double or something like a double or triple on Jeff's rock could possibly leave them a chance for 3 or 4. So it's a really, really difficult situation for Jeff Richard to try and prevent a 2 or a 3.
Mark.
Jeff doesn't have a lot of options right now. He's looking at the wide out turn come around for him, being a lefty, and seeing if he can get into that 4-foot area and really tighten up the scoring area, and definitely preventing them from getting a 3 ball in this end. And if he gets it perfectly, he can maybe get them down to 2. It's going to be difficult for Sean to even get his deuce.
Now this might be a little advantage to Jeff because he saw this shot played in the game last night when he played against Ursel, knowing how much it'll curl in this spot, knowing that he can get to the button with this wide out turn.
And we see how much ice he's taking there, well into the 12-foot. You know it's going to curl.
Line's great.
This is all about line and weight. The sweeper's got to take it there. Gee, that one's curling too.
There it goes. It's coming off.
Just
coming off the hill.
So a big opportunity now for Sean Geall to pick up 3, maybe more. Could he get 4?
He's got to find a way in there first.
Just a hair less weight, not much.
Well, it's interesting. 4 would be almost impossible. He'd have to go almost to angle, raise, double kind of thing. Hope to stick the shooter.
Well, how about even getting 3? As you said, he's getting a little crowded out front there.
Yeah, this is basically throwing the exact same shot as he just threw with 2 feet less weight, because all he needs to do is just angle raise this into the 4-foot for his 3 points.
2 feet less, maybe? Foot less?
And he's got his 2 points locked up, so here's their chance to score 3 and really take control back in this game.
A 3 here would be huge. They started off with hammer and they relinquished advantage throughout the first couple of ends, so this is a way to get it back.
8, 9.
Last rock here in the 5th end. Sean Geall looking to pick up 3.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Same way. Whoa. Whoa. Off mark. Clean.
So they got a curl.
Whoa. Clean.
Gotta make the move, get through the hole. It's going to stop in
have
time.
it.
Nice shot. Two great shots by Sean.
Sean Geall getting it done here in the fifth end. Back-to-back great shots. As a result, picks up 3 in the end. And his team will take a 5-3 lead into the sixth. Lots more to come from here at the Vernon Curling Club. You're watching the 2010 Canadian Direct Insurance BC Men's Curling Championship on Shaw TV.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Boom! Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Duncan B. Lodge, located in Rivers Inlet, BC. Fishing tours for salmon, giant halibut, bottom fish, and more. Experience the Duncan B difference. 1-877-846-6548. Best Western. Over 180 hotels throughout Canada and 55 locations in British Columbia. Reservations at bestwesternbc.com.
In my dream, I'm breaking away.
Goals are just dreams with a start and a finish. The Terrace 2010 BC Winter Games, March 4th to 7th. Your dream starts here.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Boom! Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Championship Curling is live on Shaw. Catch the final of the 2010 Boston Pizza Cup live from Olds, Alberta. Tune in Sunday, February 7th at 2 p.m. Mountain to see the men battle it out for the Provincial Curling crown.
Welcome back to the Vernon Curling Club in the Okanagan for the men's final of the BC Curling Championship, brought to you by the Canadian Direct Insurance, and Sean Geall picking up 3 in the fifth end to lead 5-3 through 5. Dan Elliott along with Jody Epp and Melissa Sligo. You can see our perch here at the Vernon Curling Club. And, well, you guys maybe just start off with a huge end there for Sean Geall and his rink to get that 3.
Well, you know, the turning point in this game so far was the shot in the fourth end. Sean made an amazing double, and we'll see the highlights in a couple minutes. But then that turned it around for the Geall team, and they played almost flawlessly in that fifth end.
And we'll take you back to the third end, and this is Jeff Richards' first shot, and it would set up where he would be lying to, putting the pressure on Sean Geall, and this is the shot that he would come up with.
Yeah, this is just an incredible shot. This is, you know, Briar Cowell for sure. He makes an amazing hit and roll and doubles those rocks out, forcing Jeff Richards to only be able to score 1 after it looked like they had 2 or 3 locked up.
And that was just a huge shot by Sean. That was a very, very difficult double.
And then we move to the fifth end. A lot of rocks in play in this one.
And 2 just perfect shots. The first one he threw back 12 weight, back 8 weight. Called it perfectly, tapped the blue one out, sitting a deuce. A little bit of a miss shot by Jeff allows this tap back for 3 and a big lead in this game.
You bet 5-3 is our score through 5 ends of play. Of course, the winner today punching their ticket to the Tim Hortons Brier 2010 edition in Halifax beginning at March. At the beginning of March, rather. Time now to join Stu Walters, who is joined by Tricia Tyrell from Canadian Direct Insurance.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dan. And Tricia, we'll just start with your thoughts on the game to date so far.
It's been amazing. I would say it's definitely a Type A game. The guys are here to play and to win.
Why is Canadian Direct so happy to lend their name to this event in Vernon?
You know what? Curling is such a grassroots sport, and we really pride ourselves in getting involved with organizations in the communities that we live and work in, and what better way than to get involved with curling. The Vernon Curling Club has been amazing. Dave and Mark and Scott and all the volunteers have just put on a really great tournament so far.
And how enthused have you been at the support as well?
Oh, So you know what? It's been great. There's been great crowds, and they've done an amazing job to make me the sponsor happy. I'm really proud to be here, and there's a lot of really wonderful people, great players, and it's just top-notch curling.
I have to say sometimes we see sponsors, but not with much of a presence. You've been here all week long, rinkside, and so enthusiastic and braving the elements. You're just enjoying the game.
Yeah, it's great. Each year I get to come back and reteach myself all of the different terminology and the scoring, and I love it. It's amazing to watch the players, young and the more mature players, give them an inch and they can take the game or lose it in some cases.
Do you like being ringside just because you get the better audio and get really into it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's way better to be out on the ice and listen to them call the rocks, and it's just a completely different experience.
Well, Tricia, congratulations on a great event this week.
Thank you very much.
Dan, let's head back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Stu. As the sixth end of play begins here, of course, the Richard rink with the hammer here on the sixth.
Keep it going, full 8, come on.
So this is Mark Olson starting us off. A lot of times we don't mention as much the leads in these games, but both guys, Mark Olson and Chris Anderson, have been outstanding so far. 91% so far from Mark Olson and 95% for Chris Anderson.
Yeah, they've both been playing really well. They've been putting the rocks in perfect spots to set up the ends, which has created for caused for an exciting game thus far. When the leads are playing well, putting them in good spots, that sets the stage for the entire end moving forward, and it's really forced more offensive play for both teams and kept a lot of rocks in play.
Well, the great shot making that we've seen over the last couple of ends is the direct result of that.
It's been a wonderful game. Lots of rocks in play from start to finish. We've sort of seen the same strategy for each end. Top one goes in the house. First rock goes in the house. Top 8, top 4. Corner guard goes up. And then it's a cat and mouse game throughout the end. There's Mark Olson throwing his second stone.
So now with Sean Geall's rink scoring the 3 points in the fifth end, that's a pivotal score. It's a big number, and it's really put them back in control of this game, which they hadn't really had a lot of control going into it. As we mentioned at the break, Sean made that great double and then came back. Brent really is a momentum player, and so having a skip that makes a shot like that really gets him going again. He came back with a couple perfect shots in the fifth end, which set up that whole end for Sean to be able to make 2 great shots and score the 3 points. It's really going to be important for the Richard rink to stay focused, stay calm. All they have to do is score 2 points. They don't have to go crazy by any means, and just try and get the game back to even again.
And that's the key. It's the sixth end. You don't want to go all out. You only need a deuce. If you get your single, you can settle for the single, but if you get your deuce, you're right back in this game, going into the seventh end tied. And I think we look back to that shot, the shot that picked of Sean's in the fifth end? Fourth end.
Fourth end, yeah.
And I think since then he hasn't missed a shot.
Yeah, right before that great double that he made.
Control.
So what Team Geall and Brent Pierce are looking to do here is just remove any opposition stones. They don't want to leave too much lying around. They're very content with a 2-point lead going into the sixth end.
Hard! Yep, hard! Hard!
Shot.
Sean coming up a little slow after sweeping that one. They swept it right out of Kevin's hand, and so we'll see how the fatigue factor comes in. He hasn't swept a lot this year. I'm not sure when they made the switch. Was it the beginning of the year, Melissa?
Yeah, I talked to the team right before the game, and they made it at the beginning of the year. Brent experienced a shoulder injury at the end of last season, and even though he did some rehab and training throughout in the off season, he just wasn't able to come back and fully sweep. He hasn't had the surgery yet. So Sean's been sweeping all season, but I think he being a skip for so many years, he might not be in top physical shape just yet. I didn't say that though.
Now we did see Jeff Richard yesterday playing against Ursel, was down 3-0 and managed to create an opportunity to score 3. So we'll see what he can come up with this end. He's got a few rocks in play. Obviously they're not his yet, but he's pretty a patient guy, and it should come together.
That's a really good point. We saw Jeff be extremely patient last night, and that's what you have to do against these top teams. And Jeff knows how to generate the points. We saw him come back in the third end last night with a big 3-ender.
Go, Mark.
Oh, that's no good.
You hear Sean's comment, that's no good. The reason is because those rocks are side by side and it creates a pocket. Now they've got Jeff's got a corner guard up and a pocket, so he's got 2 opportunities to put rocks in a protection position. So he's going to hit and roll off this rock in the top of the 8-foot, trying to roll behind the corner guard and create possible 2 points that way.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those rocks are in a really good position right now for Jeff Richard and team.
Whoa.
Whoa! Up.
Oh. Save it. Save it. Fuck.
They wanted to keep that blue rock in the house. They could not do it.
Yeah, you really need to keep your shooter in play. You want to force the opposition to go after those stones.
Well, what do you think?
So a conversation here between Brent and Sean. Do they peel the guard? Do they come around the guard? They don't like those yellow stones sitting over on the edge of the 12-foot.
Draw one in there then.
I think I like that.
I really want to. Okay, all right.
What are you thinking?
I like this call. I mean, if they go and peel the corner guard,
though.
They give Jeff the opportunity to do the freeze right away. If they don't, if they come around now, it forces the issue a little bit, and Jeff's going to have to make a decision on what he wants to do.
Yeah, and you heard Sean's comment. This has to be in the 8-foot. It has to outcount the other 2 on the side. So if Jeff plays the freeze, that it won't be shot rock.
Come on, keep going. Keep going.
Sean, we can come out and help this one out.
Sean hasn't swept enough yet, so he's going to go help.
Take a look. Gotta go. Yeah, go then, go.
I'm quite sure that was Mark Olson asking for help, not
Go, guys, go. All you got, Kevin.
Trying to get a piece of it, and they will. Dragging that right in just to the front of the 12-foot.
See some red faces out there. They pounded that one right out of Brent's hand.
You know, obviously people watch curling and they say, well, you know, it's not really a sport. Those 2 sweepers,
physical sport.
Yeah, not a physical sport.
That's pretty good here.
Those 2 sweepers started sweeping full out from when that hit the hog line all the way down till it came to a stop. Now you might think, well, how long is that really? Well, it's 13 seconds or 14 seconds from hog to hog. It's another 10 seconds from the hog line to the top of the 12-foot. So that's almost 30 seconds of non-stop power sweeping as hard as they possibly can. So that's as much anaerobic exercise as the average human can do. And those guys do it for 10 ends, 2.5 hours, and do it non-stop. And I mean, you know, they played 12 games this week over the course of a 6-day period, and so they are in pretty good shape.
Yeah, if we had our accountant here, we could maybe figure out those numbers, but I might be the daughter of an accountant, but I can't do that for you.
I can't say anything. I'm from a family of accountants.
Yeah.
So somehow that missed me along the way.
And what a great shot by Tom Shapitka.
Oh, if you come over here, you can. If you just tick it, you can. I don't know. What else do you like? What do you like, this?
Yeah. It's kind of what I like.
Yeah, it's not good.
So a couple options here. They looked at coming down and trying to peel that one out. They'd have to throw it really hard, as we know that Brent can.
The only one I'm getting is probably off that one, maybe.
Other option here is just to throw the freeze.
I like tapping out. Bumper. We can play the outside in turn if you want.
Skewer, you gotta throw it.
I don't mind it.
What do you like, bumper or control?
Yeah, just good bumper.
How's that?
So good conversation. I mean,
Knows it.
Okay. The factor is that the player throwing the rock has to be comfortable with what they're throwing, and that's really what Sean's doing here. Is he's saying, look, Brent, you throw what you want, what you're comfortable with. I mean, there's 3 or 4 different options here. They could hit on the nose. They could try and make the double. They could corner freeze it. And really, it's what Brent's comfortable with, because at the end of the day, he doesn't even make his shot. And that's a lot of times more important than necessarily the specific shot you play, certainly in these type of circumstances. So
Well, it is a really tough shot to try and peel out of there, so this is a good call. That it's over curling on them again.
He's got to be quiet.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
So part of the challenge in this,
cross face.
part of the challenge in the circumstance with Brent calling the line for 6 out of 8 rocks, he feels the need to call line while he's actually throwing the rock. And in that particular circumstance, it probably would have been better that he didn't say anything and let Sean call the line all the way down, because he actually called them off it about halfway, and in turn the rock actually over curled a little bit. So I would imagine at the end of this end they might have a quick conversation about that, but I doubt that'll change anything.
Yeah, I doubt it'll change anything, but that gets back to what Dan said earlier, is who do you listen to? And you try and listen to the person in the house. They're the one that the rock is coming towards. They have a better advantage point.
Just
but,
bumper down.
You know, Brent yells a little, a little louder
He's
than
loud, you bet.
Sean.
He would be the first to admit it that he's loud there.
So that's an unfortunate mistake, but this is a great opportunity for Team Richard. Try and hit and sit too.
Roll it! Hard! Great shot.
Nice shot.
And Tom with another great shot. He made the perfect freeze on his first one, and it made a really good hit and roll on the second one.
Yeah, we can.
Well, I don't need to double shot. We need to make sure we stay.
You're going to get two.
Yeah, I know, but we can't.
I know.
Go like
I'm
this,
aware
right?
of that. Yeah.
I'd rather you go like right here.
Regular.
Yep.
So all Sean's trying to do here, he's trying to group the rocks together so he could possibly get a double on the second one. The double right now is probably not there, so he's trying to just roll to the forefoot and get an opportunity on the second one to possibly make a double and get out of the end.
Regular. Yeah.
You heard Sean and Brent having a conversation there that they're almost at this point, given the fact that Jeff is going to score a deuce here, but if they can just try and get those rocks as close together as possible, as you just mentioned, Jody, and maybe a miss on the Jeff Richards side of things, they might get lucky, but giving up a deuce here in 6 isn't a bad thing at all.
Right off. Off! No! Nothing.
Okay.
Jesus.
So didn't get the roll. Richard's still line one.
No, that's why I want to just move it to here.
Okay. Yeah, I go with this way. He knows that sucker can take both of them out.
I like this.
So a couple options here for Jeff. He looked at
Mine took a
freezing to the rock.
Yeah, I don't want to play it.
That was just thrown by Sean Geall.
But this is fine.
Another option, if they want to put a little bit
just
more
don't
pressure
wanna
on the Geall
bounce it and
team,
roll.
is try to come around here
I'd
and
like to
sit
move it
top
just here.
4. But the idea here is to get their deuce. That was their goal from the very beginning of this end.
Okay.
So the farther they can keep those rocks apart, the better chance of getting that deuce.
Yeah.
In the hole
Gotta
for a
move it
while.
a couple rocks. A rock.
By coming down and playing this freeze, it'll be almost impossible for Sean to be able to get this rock out unless Jeff makes a fairly big mistake here. And so Sean will be in a position where he'll probably hit the shot rock now and just concede the 2
Just
points.
to kind of make his double tricky, or take the whole double away.
First shot here for Jeff Richard in the 6th
That room,
end.
guys. Don't
It's
touch
green,
it. Whoa!
Point's good.
Trailing by 2.
Ah!
Never.
Just do it.
Ah!
Only to it.
Nothing.
It's only to it.
Whoa! Ah! We got nothing.
This is Jeff's out turn, and it tends to turn a little bit straighter. It's hanging out there a long way.
Sit.
He doesn't want to be heavy.
Okay, good shot.
Hey, boy.
Just enough there to be line 2.
It's good. No, you can make it, Sean.
So
Yeah,
now
throw a BB at it, right?
Yeah, throw.
Someone's
Just
gonna calm
good solid peel. This will go.
Brent Sean looking
Gonna
at
hit
the
3/4
double
across the
here.
face. Just roll it.
Yeah, they're looking. They
Middle
don't
of
think
the
they
rock.
can make the double, but they can certainly make the hit and roll and make it more difficult on Jeff to try and get the rock out. If they can roll right to the forefoot, right in front of that that's the shot rock, they can possibly take away the chance for 2.
I'll roll it.
3/4 and try and roll it over on top of theirs.
They've been having a little trouble in this spot. They've been under curling and over curling and stuff like that. So they're gonna try and eliminate that factor by throwing big peel weight.
Off. Off. Forget it. Kev.
So doesn't get the roll, as you said, Jody. It's been a struggle in this spot, trying to get a handle on the ice here, and as a result,
Stupid.
it'll be Richard with an opportunity, an easier opportunity to pick up his deuce.
Yeah, and you can hear Sean's disappointment in his performance on that shot.
That same way. Oh, stupid.
Great deuce.
Yeah. Beautiful. I missed 2 shots. What are you gonna do?
that's tough. They really needed to roll that somewhere, and basically is, you know, conceded, as they said, a fairly easy 2 here.
Whoa, then.
Line's good. Just clean it.
Yeah, that spot's been very tricky the whole game. They just haven't been able to get exactly what they needed to get.
Oh, yep, hard.
As you said, Jody, over curling, under curling. So this is a great opportunity for Jeff.
Hard.
Find that draw weight in the crucial 6th end, and an easy deuce.
This two came down to Brent Pierce is coming up a little bit short on that draw, so easy 2 for Jeff.
He picks up the deuce here in the 6th, and once again, we've got ourselves a tie game, 5-5 the score through 6 ends of play of the BC Men's Curling Championship from Vernon. Lots more to come here on Shaw TV.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money.
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Canadian Western Bank offers a full range of RRSP options with competitive returns. Scratch and earn a bonus of up to 3% on posted RRSP GIC rates. Visit cwbank.com to locate the branch nearest you.
Merit Travel is a proud sponsor of this event and is the official travel agency of choice for Curl BC.
Water Witch Excursions. Halibut, salmon, and ground fishing charters from Prince Rupert, plus overnight packages. Water Witch Excursions, 250-877-1591.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
With Shaw Video On Demand, it's your choice. There's lots to choose from. New releases, action, comedy, kids shows, and more. With Shaw Video On Demand, you choose the movies or television shows you want to watch, and you choose when the show begins. You can even pause, rewind, or fast forward your program anytime you want. Browse anytime, just by using your Shaw remote. It's that easy.
Welcome back to the Vernon Curling Club. To those fans looking forward to the Alberta Men's Curling Boston Pizza Cup, the start time has been backed up a half hour. Start at 1:30 p.m. Pacific, 2:30 Mountain Standard Time from Old Alberta. Kevin Cooey taking on either Randy Furby or Ted Apelman. Should be a fantastic matchup for the Alberta Championship. Here in BC, in Vernon, we have got ourselves a fantastic game. 5-5 the score through 6 ends of play. The latest score from Jeff Richard picking up the deuce in the 6th to tie this all up. Dan Elliott with Melissa Saligo, Jody Epps, Stu Walters, and our entire crew here for Shaw TV. Excited to be bringing you this broadcast of the final.
It's been a really exciting game so far. Lots of great shots. Lots of rocks in play, lots of things happening, a little frustration. We pretty much had it all today. A pick in the 4th.
Yeah, no, it's been good. These teams have been going back and forth, and there's lots of momentum swings. That 2 in the 6th end was produced by a couple sort of half shots by the Geall team. There wasn't an all-out miss, but there was a couple of positions where they needed to put rocks in a little bit better spots, and they didn't. So that gave Jeff a good opportunity to score 2, and he took full advantage of it.
Q-line for sure. Q-line for sure. Good.
All right, well, let's put Stu Walters to work, and we'll check in with him right now. Stu.
Yeah, guys, had a chance to catch up with Jeff Richard after the 6th end there. He picked up the deuce and just asked him about if there's any nuances he was picking up on. He says the ice is straightening up on anything over draw weight. He said the speed of the ice is the same it's been all week, so he's cool with that. And he's very happy with his blue rocks, guys. I know there's some chat. He had the yellow ones last night, but he's using the same blue rocks that Bob Ursel used in last night's semifinals, and he says no problem so far.
Thank you very much, Stu. Cool with that, pardon the pun, but getting a little insight from one of the skips here.
And good for Jeff to have that conversation with Stu. Sometimes skips just want to focus on the game at hand, but we do have a couple minutes between breaks. So a little bit different strategy here. We saw Jeff throw a center guard up, and instead of Brent asking Mark to come around it, he actually asked him to throw it to the side, back 8 foot, and that's the rock after a couple hits that we're looking at right now.
Oh, nearly hangs on there.
Jody, don't you want to say that one's in or anything?
No, I don't think that one's in.
Oh, okay.
You had a good day yesterday, Jody, on calling a lot of them, but
it's my birthday today. You're not gonna be up on me today.
So we're in a situation here where I think the Bren Pierce and the Sean Geall team have decided that they probably want to keep this relatively clean and decide to go to try and maintain hammer for the 8th end. So they're trying to play it a little bit more conservative. That's why they've drawn to the open side. But by Mark Wilson rolling out there, it's given Jeff Richard the opportunity to come around the center guard.
Obviously, the big reason for that is have hammer in the 8th, hopefully would lead to hammer in the final end as well, the 10th.
Yeah, it's about scoreboard management right now.
Short
4 ends left. You want to make sure that you have give yourself the opportunity to have the hammer in the 10th end.
In.
That was a nice shot there. So Brent Pierce just asking Kevin to run the blue back onto the blue.
Real hard.
Whoa. This one curled a ton right out of his hand. So straight peel.
I'm always amazed at the adjustment that teams will make. You have the initial shot in your mind of what you want to come up with, and
like that same
of
turn,
course on the release, if something happens, they already have that second option that they can go to.
Yeah, you always have to have a plan B in mind for sure, especially, you know, we've seen this on this ice, the rock's not reacting maybe completely the way the skips are thinking. So as long as you know, the only one that we saw, even with that pick and 4, we go back to the pick, even though he almost missed the whole thing, he moved it enough, a couple inches to do the job, and that's the key. You want to make sure that you do the job. If you don't get plan A, you have to get plan B.
Really tight.
And that's a good thing to say to our recreational curlers out there is when you're throwing your rock, it's really important to accomplish something. And if we see that error a lot where people are trying to make a shot absolutely perfect, well, really, at the end of the day, you know, rec curlers are going to curl between 50 and 65%. So realize that, you know, you're going to miss some shots, but if you can get something to happen, if you're trying to play a hit and you make contact, or if you're trying to come around a guard and you at least tick the guard and roll to the open or something like that, really, you know, think about that as your plan B and accomplish something. I think that was a good example on Sean's shot, that he missed the shot. He was trying to hit and roll, but he still at least ticked it and moved it out of shot rock and accomplished something.
And I like that philosophy. As a coach, I always say to my players, just eliminate the zeros. You know, if you get a 1 out of 4, as we know, the scoring is out of 4, every shot's out of 4. If you get a 1 out of 4, at least you've accomplished something.
Nice shot there by Kevin Rexseidler.
So this end has a little bit fewer rocks in play than we're used to, but still a center guard up there. So Jeff asking Tom to make a play on that one that was just thrown by Kevin.
Clean.
Yeah.
Just clean.
Yeah. Yep.
We know it'll really curl in this spot. We've seen it a few times.
And I think we see by Tom's reaction, this one's over curled already.
In the corner.
And you know, we've seen that a couple times already, Jody. We've seen that rock curl, especially on Tom's intern being a left-handed player. So I don't know if he was just tight or.
There's something with that rock for sure. That's like,
you know, he was either tight out of his hand or not enough weight, and he just said he threw enough weight, so they're really questioning the rock. And these are the rocks that Team Ursula used last night. I talked to Jim Cotter before the game. He loved the rocks. It was a full set from sheet 3, and they didn't have any problems with them. But again, Tom questioning that rock.
And I think it's more along, I would be surprised if it's a rock at this point. It doesn't seem like they had any issues with it. There's 2 shots specifically that I think he's talking about, but they were both in the same place on the ice. And so I think it might take a little more concentration when they're throwing that shot rather than looking at the rock as really the issue.
It's got to curl.
Yeah, I think you're right too. It's easy to blame the rocks. If you want to blame something, you gotta, you can blame the rocks for sure. But we saw last night in the 11th end, we saw Jim Carter, his rock overcurled hitting the guard. You have to give yourself enough ice in that particular spot because we know it curls. It's gonna finish hard.
Have less ice? Huh? But have less ice?
Geall line 2 right now.
It's a nice shot by Brent Pierce to get some good separation on those rocks.
Bumper. All right. What's that?
And as long as they can maintain their positions, they should be able to get their 2 points. And interestingly, they were just patient. They were playing it relatively clean with one miss from the Richard rink.
Heavy bumper.
A lot of times we'll set up a 2 points.
Yep. Hard.
So trying to play a hit and roll here.
Roll it. Go. Go.
Nice shot. Good recovery.
They're hoping to roll a little bit further, but still a good shot nonetheless.
Little roll. What? Bumper. I like control. Go your way. All the way if you can, I guess.
So again, Brent Pierce asked to try and play a hit and roll. This is where he's been having a little bit of trouble.
Control. Whoa.
Had his struggles in this game. Curling just 54%.
Really hard.
This one's taken off on him.
Lead. Good shot, bud.
Nice shot, good brush. The key for that one was just to make sure that the shooter remained in the rings for sure. Keep those rocks as far apart as possible, and hopefully hang on to the deuce throughout the rest of the end. Jeff looking here for the double, I would assume.
Yeah, he definitely has to go after the double here. It's a fairly makeable double, and if he can hit it just right, he can actually keep his shooter in the rings and just roll to the edge of the 12-foot on the open side. We haven't seen Jeff have to make a lot of big hits this game, and this certainly is a big one.
Firm, all right. That's like peel almost.
He'll just get the one rock.
Right there's good, buddy.
Yeah, Jeff's only thrown 3 takeouts. That was his 4th takeout of the entire game, curling at 75% on takeouts. So this gives Sean an opportunity to find some draw weight, separate those stones in the house. I think Tom just mentioned that weight on Jeff's was just a little bit more than they expected.
Yeah, and that's pretty common. You're always worried that it's really going to take off the center line, so Jeff just threw a little extra weight, trying to make sure that it stayed straight, and it stayed a little bit too straight for them.
First shot here for Sean Geall.
Tons. Been off.
Don't even clean it right now. All right off then. Can't go through the rings, so.
7th end here.
Okay, can't go through the rings.
I don't like hearing that right off. Don't even touch it. Don't even clean it.
Then. I'm with you.
I guess at this point, maybe they wanted to pick down.
It's okay.
That
it's heavy.
Really caught the curl there, which I think helped him out a lot.
Good.
Nice shot.
And it's a perfect shot.
It just makes me nervous when they don't lay a broom to it. It does. If
Well,
you're
you heard
far
him say, don't let it go through the ring.
Yeah, but if you're far enough away from the rock, it's not going to affect the weight of the rock.
I think the issue with that spot is it's a bit of a straight spot if they throw it on the center line. Sean managed to get it off the center line, so it was able to catch the curl. If that one doesn't catch the curl, it probably goes through. So
I don't think so. Keep it clean, that's all I'm saying.
I think they were probably encouraging it to catch a little bit of frost or something to slow down. Because
guys are all the same.
There is a theory out there that if you kind of clean it off and on, that it'll actually catch a little bit and slow down a little bit.
Really?
How does that work, Melissa?
I don't know. I've never heard that theory before.
Jeff Richard just trying to make it a difficult deuce for Sean Geall to try and pick up.
Hits and rolls out, so another opportunity here for Sean to throw a draw.
Well, Sean and Brent were commenting in the last end about giving up an easy deuce, and they can't believe they gave up an easy deuce. And here, you know, I feel Jeff Richard just gave them an easy deuce right back.
Sean threw the out-turn draw on his first rock, as we saw, to split the rings. This time he's going to throw the in-turn draw, and he's thrown 2 in-turn draws, curling 100%, so he's pretty confident with throwing this shot right now. Is this the curling turn, Jordan, or non-curling? Is it going to pick up some? What do you think here?
Yeah, this one should curl.
Can you give us a play-by-play on this one?
This one should curl in there pretty
Clean,
good.
no clean.
Last rock here in the 7th end. Sean Geall looking to pick up the deuce.
This looks like a legitimate clean this time.
A little frosty, guys. Stay with it.
Yep. Yep. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Hit the tee.
Okay.
And they're going to want to put this right on the button just to prove to Jeff Richard that they can do it whenever they need to.
Nice shot.
Bang on the button.
Is it worth it? So, may as well. It's less than half. We'll stick on it.
And they're actually going to measure this rock on the edge of the 12-foot. They hadn't really looked at it the whole end. Brent did wander out there earlier and take a look. They've asked the officials to come out.
Yeah. Why not, right? At this point in time.
Well, as they always say, it doesn't cost you anything. You might as well do it.
Well, the interesting thing too is they paint these rings at the beginning of the season, and this is a little.
Oh yeah, I know what's going on.
I don't think it's really all that close, but.
No, it doesn't look very close from our vantage point.
It's 2, but.
That's good.
These guys want an extended breather. Huh?
Well, I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're getting a little extra rest and putting the officials to work.
And you know, well, it's good. I mean, the official hasn't had to do anything yet this game, so we just want to prove that they have the equipment necessary to validate whether that rock is in or out.
And I just have to mention, the officials have done a wonderful job this week as well. Sharon Delver being the head official. And it is out. Keeping things on task here.
Yeah, it's been good. I've talked to some of the players, and they haven't mentioned anything about the officials or the officiating, which means that they're doing a great job.
Well, there you have it. Sean Geall picking up 2 here in the 7th to regain the lead. 7-5 the score through 7 ends of play at the BC Men's Curling Championship.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Duncan B. Lodge, located in Rivers Inlet, BC. Fishing tours for salmon, giant halibut, bottom fish, and more. Experience the Duncan B difference. 1-877-846-6548. Best Western. Over 180 hotels throughout Canada and 55 locations in British Columbia. Reservations at bestwesternbc.com.
In my dream, I'm breaking away.
Goals are just dreams with a start and a finish. The Terrace 2010 BC Winter Games, March 4th to 7th. Your dream starts here.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Championship Curling is live on Shaw. Catch the final of the 2010 Boston Pizza Cup live from Olds, Alberta. The best men's curlers of Alberta are set to battle it out with an invitation to the Brier on the line. Tune in Sunday, February 7th at 2 p.m. Mountain to see the men battle it out for the Provincial Curling Crown.
Sean Geall in his rink looking to make it back-to-back BC Curling Championships. They lead Jeff Richard and his rink 7-5 through 7 ends of play of the 2010 Canadian Direct Insurance Men's Curling Championship from here in Vernon, BC. Dan Elliott alongside Melissa Sligo and Jody Epp as we begin the 8th end of play.
Real hard.
Richard with the hammer here in the 8th.
Real hard, real hard. Keep going, real hard, real hard, real hard.
It's coming off.
So we talked about, we heard Sean Geall say to Brent, you know, in that 6th end, that was an easy deuce for them, and they just got an easy deuce back in 7, so they've taken advantage back, having a hammer in the very 1st end. Now they have advantage back, so they're going to put the first one in, force Jeff to throw a corner guard and get some more rocks in play.
Great.
Crucial 8th end.
Absolutely. So that rock there in the top of the 8-foot actually seemed to come off a little bit. It was sliding pretty good at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it started to curl and they started sweeping it. And they actually made a comment that it seemed it came off a little more quickly than it has been. So we'll watch that and see if it's actually starting to get a little fudgy. It sounds like it's just something to watch moving forward.
Stu Walters, what have you got for us?
Yeah, guys, just during the break there, managed to catch up with Team Geall head coach Glenn Pierce, of course, the father of third Brent Pierce. I think he's just as intense, by the way, but asked him how he thinks the team is playing. He says both teams are playing good. He's seen some great shots today, and I asked him about that measurement there. He says, you know what, doesn't cost anything, so why not? And I think you guys were right. The veteran crew just maybe wanting a little extra break. Back to you.
Sean asked for that, didn't he?
An old ploy, you know, a lot of teams will try it. Why not? You know, it's no harm, no foul.
So Jeff just contemplating as to whether he wants to throw another corner guard or play a freeze or a tap. He's decided to play the corner guard.
He really wants to find a way to generate a deuce here in 8, get back in this game, tie it up. And he's going to look for that second corner.
A great day so far for Chris Anderson.
Same way. Well, let it work. Let's get it way over. Way over.
Yeah, Chris is curling 95% thus far, and just been putting all his rocks in the perfect spots.
No boy.
They want to make sure these rocks stay even, so they don't give an opportunity for a double peel.
Brent wastes no time. We talked about Kevin Folk yesterday and his peeling ability. Kevin Rexeiler exactly the same. He can throw the high hard one and make a lot of granite move. Except when he puts it back on his own turn.
You see the reaction there is not very positive.
Yeah, he didn't let that one go very well, right out of his hand. He just put that one back.
Big miss there by Kevin Rexeiler.
Okay, get the next one.
See, no, I said that about Kevin Folk yesterday, and what happened? He missed his. So I'm sorry, guys.
And he knows right away.
Yeah, he knew right away.
A flash peel looks the same every time you throw it.
And he's showing Sean how much outside he was. That's the silent hit. You gotta like those.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how hard you throw it, a flash is still a flash.
That's right.
Line's good. Line's good. Easy, clean.
So that'll change the strategy a little bit.
Hey, clean.
Jeff playing a little tap.
Good shot. No boy.
Nice shot.
Good rock.
So now that'll change the strategy a little bit for Brent Pierce, because he obviously can't get rid of both guards, and now he's in a position where he's going to have to start playing a little more aggressively and try and try and eliminate these guards by ending up with rocks behind them. And Kevin trying to redeem himself.
Clean. 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 Off mark. Off. Go.
That will hang on.
Very nice shot. They rolled a little bit too far. He was hoping to. You can sometimes take away the advantage of a corner guard by ending up with your rock right behind it. This one actually rolled a little too far, so he can actually still bury a rock behind the corner guard.
It takes its time getting over
and that's
there,
what they're going to ask Tyler Orm to do now.
Room. Room.
Let it for a while. Let it move.
Room.
Let it come off the line.
Clean.
5, 6. 6.
Gotta go. Room still.
6 is about top 4 foot.
Okay, go then. Line's good. Go.
Gotta go.
Keep her going. Come on.
I want to try and bury this one as much as I can behind that guard.
Good rock.
Good boy.
Nice shot.
Good sweeping. Good weight judge.
Roll, yeah.
It looks like it just running a little bit straight down that
right
spot.
here. That's fine.
Not making the big curl, so I think they can probably see almost half of it. And Sean Geall asking Brent Pierce just to throw bumper weight and play a little hit and flop.
I'd like it to roll the center.
Brent Pierce still
Can't
only curling 50%, 54% today, which is
how's that?
Not normal numbers for him.
That's all right.
Because it's the ones you make, though.
Yep.
Especially in the last 3 ends of the game.
Exactly. You can be curling 54% for as long as you like, but if you make the big shot at the right time, that's all that anybody will remember.
Yep. Hard line.
Right out of his hand, they're sweeping it hard. And Brent's struggles continue.
Yeah, right out of his hand, Sean called him on. The weight was good. And he had a lot of ice. I mean, he had about 6 or 8 inches of ice there, and he must have just turned it over on his release.
Want to draw or you want to hit and roll?
Yeah, we played one there a couple ends ago, eh?
What's that?
We played one a couple ends ago. Actually, it was more over to the right-hand side, but we played bumper on it the last time.
Well, nose hit. Is there?
Nose hit's good too, yeah.
Yeah, nose is, I mean, you can come up to nose, so let's go bumper.
It's now just trying to, Jeff's just trying
you want to go that turn?
split the rings by playing a hit and roll off this rock on the top of the forefoot.
You want to go the in turn, eh? You want to go in turn? No?
Sure.
That's what we played a couple ends ago, yeah.
Good thing Jeff's left-handed, because then he'll know what Tom's at in turn and out turn are, because that would confuse me.
Tom struggled a little bit in the last couple ends, and so this is where if a player is suggesting to throw one turn over another, you really want to go with what they want to make. And then of course you want them to make their shots. So
yeah, if you're gonna change the turn on your skip, you better make sure that you make it. Nice control late, nice shot. Those rocks are quite far apart.
Yep.
Would have preferred to get that roll more to the right-hand side of the sheet into the 8-foot area. Leaves a hit and roll for Brent.
now we'll see how Brent recovers from this. He's, obviously he got a 0 on his first one, so if it stays consistent of curling 50%, he'll probably make this one good. But they really need to try and hit and roll over beside the shot, beside the other rock in the 12-foot there to try and set up a possible double.
From Pierce's final rock here in the 8th end.
Control up. Yep. Whoa. No. Yep.
Good shot.
Great shot by Brent Pierce.
It's that dang mic that was weighing him down. He decided to take it off.
He took his mic off, that's right. Brent should be happy with that shot, even though it doesn't look it.
So now we have a bad rock and a bad
We'll deal
mic.
with that after.
Tom thought they had thought they had rocked it over the curl a little too much in the last end, and now.
All right, let's make sure we stick this.
Of course, we've removed the mic from Brent Pierce, so that won't be a factor moving forward.
Out.
Another in turn from Tom, looking to roll away again from that blue stone, keep these rocks far apart.
This has been a really tricky spot. A lot of times it's run really straight and they haven't got a roll.
No.
Yes.
Hard.
Yeah, once again, that's been the big scenario, the same situation all day long.
Yeah, that spot, both teams really struggling of just where to put the broom, what kind of weight to throw, and just unable to get the roll.
Because that's jammable. This isn't.
Right?
No, just hit this first, right?
Unless you hit the outside one first, Mark. Hit
I know.
yours first, it should
I don't have to
stay.
keep the shooter. I don't care about that. So you can hit anywhere from a half to a eighth, right? Can you make it with a half? I think you want to be as thin as you can so the blue doesn't go straight back, right?
Pretty straightforward double here by Sean. They just want to make sure that they don't end up jamming on that rock in the back of the 12-foot there. So looking to hit about an eighth of the top rock and get rid of both these and get out of the end.
Left just slightly first.
Left, okay. Go good.
So again, a chance for Sean here to kind of get his team out of trouble again, and he's been doing this all game, and we'll see if he can keep doing it.
This is that spot that we've been talking about. Fantastic shot.
Makes it perfect.
Sean has really come to play these last few ends. He's just made everything.
Once again, Sean Geall clutching up with a huge shot for his rink there,
Not
taking
too
out
deep, eh?
2
If it
blue
hangs, then
Richard
his jab
Stones.
might leave us shot.
Good thing for Jeff Richard. We watched the shot coming down. He threw the high, hard one. Good call by Brent. Manages to get them both out of there. So for Jeff Richard, the blue corner guard is still there. Still an opportunity. The yellow stones are just butting the edge of the 12 around the ring.
Nice.
So an opportunity here for him to come around this and try and bury it, and still an opportunity to get his deuce.
They just need full 12 to be shot rocks. They want to keep this as high as possible to make it more difficult for Sean to try and pick it up.
Clean, tight.
It's good.
Wade's nice.
You see Jeff curling 71% today.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
Whoa. Tons. Chris.
Line's nice.
Right off. Right off. Right off.
Clean.
Wait. Whoa.
Line looks good.
Whoa. Curl. Whoa.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Oh boy.
Thanks.
Great shot by Jeff.
Got anything?
Hey,
Mark.
can you guys see it or what?
Oh, hold on a sec.
You should be able to see about a quarter of it, I would imagine.
Is an inch the response?
No good. That's tough.
Maybe second shot.
Well, he could be here, but if we could, I think we got to try and get rid of it. How dangerous is it to run this back?
There's that guard I missed.
I don't particularly like it either, but
The feedback from Mark Olson was they can see about an inch of it.
Oh yeah.
okay. Yeah, well, I don't think we really have any other option.
Try to pick it.
Now I should have. Now I should have slipped that rock out, eh?
They're just going to throw quiet weight and try to chip
Hopefully
it.
hit it back to it, Mark. We're just going to lie two.
Chip it straight across the top of that other yellow one.
I think, yeah. Okay, hack.
Holy moly, there's not a lot of rock there, is there?
An inch. Even if you jam it on the yellow, we'll sit two.
Yeah.
You heard Kevin's comments there. The idea at the end of this shot is you want to be line two. You want to force Jeff Richard to a single point.
Hack up, bumper.
Oh.
Bumper.
It's a lot more weight than they were hoping for.
Really needs to curl into that
Real
spot.
close.
They don't need much of it.
Just wants to get a piece of it. But he'll still hang on.
The shooter. And what a terrific shot.
Really good.
What a terrific shot.
That was a tough shot, and he just made it perfect.
Now the big question is Geall line two right now, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Line two, yeah.
Front? Yeah, well there it is. Sorry, as I get a look at the overhead.
So here it is, playing a little hit and the roll in behind. And the main thing was to leave them sitting two, and they've done that. And Jeff Richard has no choice but just to draw for one.
So a couple and more great shots from Sean Geall results in Jeff Richard just with the opportunity to pick up the single here in the 8th end of play.
Right up. Go. Hard.
Got it? All right. Good brush, guys.
And he will draw that into the 4-foot.
Nice shot by Jeff.
His own response saying he too can put it right near the button. He will do just that. So he will pick up the single point here in the 8th, and we will go into the 9th with Sean Geall and his rink leading 7-6 in the final of the 2010 Canadian Direct Insurance BC Men's Curling Championship.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Canadian Western Bank offers a full range of RRSP options with competitive returns. Scratch and earn a bonus of up to 3% on posted RRSP GIC rates. Visit cwbank.com to locate the branch nearest you.
Curl BC Championship Curling has been sponsored in part by Twin Anchors Houseboats. 30 years of vacation rentals on beautiful Shuswap Lake in the heart of British Columbia's interior. For 2010 rental rates and booking information, visit them at twinanchors.com.
The Mission Candlelight Parade is just one of dozens of community events Williams attends with your family. We're still in your communities after 80 years. Watch for the big Williams trucks.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
WHL Hockey is live on Shaw. Catch the NHL stars of tomorrow today. Don't miss the excitement when the Prince Albert Raiders hit the road to Orange County to square off against the mighty Medicine Hat Tigers. Tune in Wednesday, February 10th, 7 Mountain, 8 Central for great junior hockey action. The Western Hockey League, building the world's finest talent. WHL Hockey, only on Shaw.
Vernon Curling Club is the site of this year's edition of the 2010 Canadian Direct Insurance BC Men's Curling Championship. And our final right now, it is Sean Geall and his rink leading 7-6 after 8 ends of play. Geall with the hammer here in the 9th, so a crucial end in a situation where if he could pick up 2, he'd be in a pretty good spot heading into that final end.
2.
And that was the whole goal of the 8th end. There were some great shots made by Sean Geall to make the force, Jeff Richard forced to take his single. So now Sean Geall, Brent Pierce in a good position with hammer going into 9 up 1.
On a 1? Yeah, that's 2.
Yeah, this was a really tight game. It's gone back and forth and back and forth. And really, it's been Sean Geall's ability to make the big doubles and the big shots that's kept them in the game. Obviously, the 3 ball they scored in the 5th end got them some momentum. They gave up a bit of a cheesy 2 and 6 by missing a couple of half shots, and then came right back and got 2 and 7. So Sean's got to be really confident with how he's playing, and
pretty good.
A skip like Sean and his ability. You know, Jeff Richard certainly has a bit of a challenge ahead of him because Sean feels like he can make anything right now, and he's going to be going after it and have a lot of confidence moving forward. So Jeff's got to make some really good shots here and set up to try and possibly steal.
And talking to Jeff yesterday, you know, when he was down 3 early in that game last night, he thought he was in big trouble, and they fought back, and we'll expect him to do the same thing today. So this is the same situation that we saw 2 ends ago, where the center guard was thrown by Team Richard and asking Mark Wilson to throw the one to the back of the 12-foot, 8-foot area over to the side, away from the 4-foot. No matter what happens, if they can't get the blanket, have the 4-foot area open so that Sean has the ability to throw the draw there if needed to get his point.
Whoa, got a curl too.
That rock by Chris settling into the free guard zone.
Nice shot, good distance between those two rocks.
Hey, Brad, I don't know if you hook now. That double peel's running straight back, eh?
Okay, well, here, here.
Do you agree with that?
Sure.
I wonder what that means.
So interesting comments there. They could come around those two guards to the top of the 12-foot. However, on Kevin Rexeller's first shot, they're going to want to peel those guards off. And the issue being is if they try and peel it, they could run it back onto the rock in the 12-foot. So they've decided to just draw the open side again and just keep the 4-foot open.
It's not very good then.
And this one's not light.
Hit that.
Fortunately, gets a little piece of that yellow stone.
See Mark's face.
In the house. Mark knows he may have got away with one there.
No fear here now, guys.
Keep the brooms down while 3/4 out there throwing brooms across there.
Mark. Tyler Orm trying to make a come around draw here.
It's good.
Yeah. Tight. It's light. Down.
Yeah, line. Tight.
Tight line.
This is a spot where we've seen it over curl a couple of times, so we know it's going to curl for sure. Just a question of did he throw enough weight to get by the guard?
Go, hard. Go, go, go. Come on, keep it going. Keep it
Gets
going.
by them both.
Hey, well.
Nice shot here from Tyler Orm.
I'm sure Brent's not going to waste too much energy here. He's going to go right up and have Kevin try and peel off those center guards.
No, almost 3/4. Just
Well,
thin 3/4, okay? Oh.
Uncharacteristically, we saw Kevin miss an open peel in the last 10, so I would imagine he's going to take an extra second here and make sure he at least makes contact with something.
I'm not saying anything this time, just in case as Dan looks at me. I don't want to be responsible.
You need about 3/4 of a rock.
Not quite enough.
We'll peel off the first one. That's all they'll get.
Throw another one in, I think so.
Jeff going right after it. Going to put another one in the top of the 4-foot.
Same weight.
Do you like this call, Jody?
Yeah, I think it's good. Those two yellow rocks on the side in the back, they're actually working almost as like a backstop to if they try to play a run back. And the thought being is if he sticks it right on top of it, they're going to run the blue one straight back. It's difficult to try and make the peel. They're going to leave a guard up there and hopefully leave a rock in the rings, and then they can start throwing another long guard. So I think it's a good. It's a good shot, but it's putting a lot of pressure on Tyler because he has to make it good.
Chris, no.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it curl, as you said before, so it's going to finish hard there.
It's all there. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice shot. Two great shots by Tyler.
Yeah. In.
I guess it comes down to, on this particular ice, what's easier to throw? Is it easier to guard, throw 6 straight perfect guards or 5 straight perfect guards? Or is it easier to, throw a guard and throw a come around later in the end? And Tyler just made 2 great shots, 2 great come arounds. Peel opportunity here for Kevin.
Trying to run it back.
Run back. And oh!
How about that?
You can't see that again.
Unbelievable. The run back and then gets the double, and now you see Kevin smiling. He knows.
That was a field goal right between those 2 yellow stones. Gotta see that again.
Run back and picks it right through the hole.
Oh, clean. Did you see Jeff's face?
He's like, you gotta be kidding me. He didn't just do that.
That's exactly what Jeff was hoping wouldn't happen.
Try that again, Kevin. Try it again.
Kevin's pretty happy. Good thing for Jeff here and team is they have left that yellow guard out front, still protecting the blue one in the top 4. Gotta have luck in this game too. I guess that's what you need to be good.
Yeah. Corner freeze. Hard. Gotta go. Go.
Hard, guys, go.
Get this one as far as you can. Nice shot, nice sweeping. That looks like it's second shot.
Just get something moving.
Those hit.
Those hit.
Well, here it is.
Here high.
Now they're hitting their own rock back to try and peel these rocks, peel these Richard rocks out of the rings. And this is where Brent needs to take a few seconds to calm down, to try and forget about what's happened thus far in the game, because he hasn't been playing well, and just focus on the next 4 rocks he has to throw, and namely this one in particular. So.
And just very uncharacteristic to see those numbers from Brent Pierce. He's usually, you know, 70s, 80s, even the 90s sometimes, and just struggling on the wrong side of the inch today.
Off. Curl. Here comes. Here comes.
They're trying to run back.
Okay.
Missed the run back and then end up taking out their own stone in the back of the 12-foot there.
And it's really tough
floating
to.
out there, hey?
You hear the comments
gotta
from Kevin
guard
that
this
he's
one.
just floating them out there a little bit. And
What's that?
You're almost guarding this one.
when you're throwing that big weight, there's
Over
not a
curl
lot of
the
room
shade.
for error, and we're just getting a
What do you
couple
want, 2
inches,
then?
like you said,
2.
Melissa, that just off just a little bit on Brent Pierce's shot. So now they're just looking to replace this guard.
Two. Oh.
Line's
Move a
good.
bit, guys.
Line's good.
Oh, line's good.
Cross the center.
Oh, gonna overcurl maybe a slight.
Yep, go down. Yep. Hard. Gotta go.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Right after the inch. Go. Good boy.
All right.
Nice shot by Tom.
Because that guard's so high, didn't have enough carrying weight. Brent and Sean feel that they have access to that one in the 4-foot, and they're going to make a play on it right now and try and roll it away behind the yellow corner guard that was left there by Brent.
And what this does is if you can stick it in the 8-foot, it puts a lot of pressure on Jeff Richard, because he's going to have to continue to try and come around these rocks and try and get a rock to the button. However, Sean's going to be in a situation where unless he makes it perfect, he's going to have a chance to score 2 or 3 points again, and that could really put the game out of reach for Jeff.
This is a big shot for Brent. Really trying to redeem himself.
Down. Hard.
And we know this turn really curls.
Look like he threw that one well. It's just a matter of the weight.
It's going to finish really hard at the end.
Hard. Go. I got it.
Nice shot. Didn't quite get the roll that they wanted, but most importantly, got rid of the one in the 4-foot area. And Jeff's got a decision to make here, and it looks like he's made it. He's decided to ignore that yellow stone, the shot stone, and try and get another one buried into the 4-foot area. Looks like he's going for a full-out steal.
Yeah.
That's nice too, actually.
What's that?
That's pretty good too.
Yeah, because forcing here isn't the end of the game.
I like that thought process.
Yeah.
I'm
That's kinda what I was
surprised he
thinking
went so quickly to
originally.
to throw the draw.
It's probably the smart play.
Tom just trying to slow him down a little bit.
Well, this is the
Might be able to
challenge.
do it on your last shot too.
You have to decide how, what situation you're in, and
Yeah, well, if he ever sticks it, then it's not a
what the best case scenario is. The best case
bumper.
scenario is
Just bumper.
they steal
Yeah.
they steal a point and they're tied up playing in the 10th end. The next best scenario is that they force Geall to score 1 point and they're down 2 playing the 10th end. The worst case scenario is
there
giving
for a
up
second.
more than 1 point.
Forced to
And
one
so-
isn't horrible. If we can roll this perfect, we're golden too.
I'm glad Jeff stopped there. When he put the broom down for the draw right away, I was thinking, oh,
Bumper.
okay, I guess we're going risk versus reward and going all out, and this is it. Their coach, Jerry Richard, is currently at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts with Team BC.
Whoa, please.
So he's not here to help call that timeout, but they do have their 5th here, Kyle Anderson.
Please. Whoa, off. Clean. Whoa. Yep. No roll. Whoa.
And that is a fantastic shot.
Nice shot. Jeff's made some great shots today.
Good job.
And after struggling a little bit on his hits, he comes down with a great, nice, quiet way, hit and roll. Perfectly to the top of the button, completely guarded.
So how will Sean Geall respond here?
10-11.
So we've seen this side of the ice curl a lot towards the center line. So he looks like he's just going to be throwing maybe...
Just 10, eh, Brent?
There you go, backline weight. A 10 is a backline weight, just enough to move that blue stone off the 4-foot area, off the button area.
Now this is very similar spot to they threw twice in the 7th end, so they are familiar with what it's doing. So based on the ice conditions staying the same, this should be a very manageable shot for him.
We heard just 10 out of Kevin. This one looks like it's curling early. Nice shot.
Oh, just a great throw. Great line call.
And looks like he is lying too there.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Go to the expert here beside me, Jody, for clarification.
Yeah.
Well, the question is that rock at the top of the 12-foot.
Oh, that's right.
I think you have
it
to.
is.
Okay.
Which is closer, and I think
you're
that was
right.
rock at the
Sorry,
12-foot.
just the
Let's go
one.
here with bumper. Okay. Okay.
So Jeff, after the thought process on the last shot, is going to try and remove that Yellowstone, maybe get a flip in behind those blue guards, and really put the pressure on Sean to make his draw for his 1
Stick
point.
it in the house there. It's 4-1. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but.
Same way. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Whoa.
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 So he really wants to stick this one.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Yes.
Roll it, Ty, roll it.
Whoa.
And another nice shot there by Jeff Richard.
Just rolled a couple inches too far, but great shot.
Close.
We've been playing this one all game.
This is fine.
So here it is, trying to make a nice quiet roll.
4 times already, right?
Actually, maybe that intern's, it's easier than I thought it was.
Trying to stick to the button. And rolls just a little bit too far. Either way, he was going to leave. He was going to leave Sean Geall a draw, but very nice shot, and just rolled a little too far. You can see his reaction there.
So Sean Geall now with the opportunity to draw for 1, give his rink a 2-point lead heading into the 10th end.
So the initial thought here was to throw that out-turn cold draw to the 4-foot, and then Sean had another look and saw that it was the intern's just as easy. Have a little bit of back in there if you need it. Weight is crucial on this shot.
Clean.
They're playing the straight draw.
Yeah.
Brent's just calling to make sure that the line is not an issue.
Well done.
There it is. Nice little tap.
And a great shot there once again from Sean Geall, giving his rink another point. And as a result, they lead this one 8-6 heading into the 10th end of play at the BC Men's Curling Championship in Vernon. We'll be back with more here on Shaw TV.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Duncan B. Lodge, located in Rivers Inlet, BC. Fishing tours for salmon, giant halibut, bottom fish, and more. Experience the Duncan B difference. 1-877-846-6548. Best Western. Over 180 hotels throughout Canada and 55 locations in British Columbia. Reservations at bestwesternbc.com. Jet Ice offers a complete range of ice paints, water treatment systems, and in-ice logos, specifically designed and formulated for reliable use by the ice-making industry. Canadian owned and operated since 1979. Jet Ice. We bring ice to life.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money. Oh yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
With Shaw Video on Demand, it's your choice. There's lots to choose from. New releases, action, comedy, kids shows, and more. With Shaw Video on Demand, you choose the movies or television shows you want to watch, and you choose when the show begins. You can even pause, rewind, or fast forward your program anytime you want. Browse anytime, just by using your Shaw remote. It's that easy.
Welcome back to the Vernon Curling Club for the Canadian Direct Insurance BC Men's Curling Championship 2010 edition. Sean Geall in his rink leading Jeff Richard and his rink 8-6 through 9 ends of play. If we get set up here for the 10th end of play, Dan Elliott alongside Melissa Sligo and Jody Epp, and it's basically how we were picturing it, as we're going to bring in Stu Walters here because it's a big day for one of us. It's Melissa Sligo's birthday. So she's already got the balloon.
This, Melissa, this is from Tina downstairs in the kitchen, and from your Shaw colleagues, and especially the hardworking guys in the truck this afternoon. So happy 29th.
Thank you so much, Stu.
Absolutely, Stu.
Don't I get a kiss?
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right. Perfect. Enjoy it.
That's all she wanted out of it was the kiss.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stu, as we'll turn our attention back to the action. As long as you share that cake with everybody, Melissa, I think we'll be all right.
Oh, I can do that.
But help us out here now as we look at what's going to happen here in this 10th inning for Jeff Richard to try and pick up a deuce to send this to the extra end. What does he have to do? It has to be a perfect end for him.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to come down to. Is they're going to have to make every shot and hope for a miss. It's only going to take one miss to potentially score a 2 because of the free guard zone, but you know, it's the whole team has to play well, and that's, that's what you play for.
And from Melissa, Sean Geall's point of view, what are they going to try to do? Just run the rocks out as much as they can?
Sean's very content right now, being up 2 going into 10. He just wants to eliminate. He wants to eliminate opposition stones, keep as few rocks in play as possible, and just hit, and hit.
Yeah. It's okay.
And I'm not saying anything about peeling. Right, Joe?
No.
Comes old habit with these guys. We see them do it so many times. There's the times that they're so great at it, and then the one time we always talk about it, Murphy's Law.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, like we said at the beginning, this comes down to the mental game less than the physical game. You know, I mean, you ask Kevin how many peels he's thrown over the course of this season so far.
Well, it's going to be a guard if we don't go, so let's deal with it.
Some good conversations about the rock there.
Wow, Sean can even talk while he's sweeping. That's pretty good.
Multitasking, no problem.
Shot. Nice shot. 2 great rocks by Mark Olson. And he's had a good game today at 84%.
So like I was saying, this comes down to the mental game now. You're in the final of the Provincial Curling Championship, and it doesn't matter how many games you play in. You can play in a lot of cash wheels that are double, triple knockout, but here you are in the final, and the prize at the end of the day is fairly substantial. I mean, going to the Tim Hortons Brier and representing your province with a chance to go on and go to the World Championship. The points that you receive as a competitive team to make it to a Brier appearance. There's some funding. There's recognition from the CCA and Sport Canada. So a lot of things on the line here to get this victory. Here's Kevin trying to make the peel. There's possibly a double there if he hits it just right.
He threw that one really well. Didn't in out this one.
Playing the double all the way. And there it is. What a spectacular shot.
How about that? Look at that, redeeming himself after we did all the talking, but that's exactly the kind of play we expect from Kevin Rex Sealer. As you said, Jody does it all year long and clutch you up at the right point in time.
Here it is again, hits both 3/4 of the rock, rolls it all the way across the sheet, and just enough weight to remove that other
It's
Jeff
that
Richard
heavy
stone.
blowing with the brush that Brent's doing. That's
severe encouragement
That's
from
right.
Brent.
And the advantage is, I mean, obviously it was a difficult double to get rid of both guards and the shooter. But the advantage there is now that it's a Sean Geall rock up there instead of a Richard rock, and so if they need to further on down the end, they can run it. They can run it back.
Whoa!
So Jeff asking Tyler here just to move these yellow stones around a little bit to the back behind the tee line. And that's a nice shot.
The issue with those rocks is they were set up really well for the Geall rink, and eventually Jeff was going to have to deal with them, so he figured might as well deal with them sooner rather than later.
Now some people might be asking, why don't they just hit the rock, the blue rock that's in the house? But the key here, the rock that's going to hurt you later in the end is this corner guard. So Brent making a veteran move here, just removing that corner guard from play.
Okay.
Just getting a piece of that.
And that's all that matters. Nice shot by Kevin.
So now here we are in a position where Jeff just needs one miss. He's going to call the guard. They're looking to call the guard.
2 on the center line.
All right. Because he knows that those 2 yellow rocks are doubleable, and he can do that at any point in time. So he's going to throw the guard, hope that they get a miss or a jam, and to possibly score 2, maybe 3 points. Some people think, going into the 10th end, up 2, you don't have a lot of pressure on you.
That's okay.
But with the free guard zone rule, you know there's going to be rocks in play, and now it really, the pressure is way, a lot on the team that's behind, because they don't want to be the ones that miss their shot and give the opponents a chance to come back. So there's a lot of pressure on this Sean Geall team to make their shots good. And we'll see Brent Pierce is curling 53%, and this is really his chance. He needs to make his next 2 shots.
You can see the stress there on Sean Geall. It is the 10th end. The winner going on to the Briar.
And he hasn't seen a lot of great results out of Brent today. So
yeah, he's like, oh no, Brent's right.
What are you expecting this to do? Pardon? What do you expect? Is it going to curl?
Well, and and in all fairness to Brent, he has struggled today. He hasn't seen his rocks react the way that they should be reacting in his mind. So all he wants to do is make this one go away.
Okay, good.
Nice shot.
And he will do just a nice peel there from Brent.
One more, I think, eh? Then you can look at getting into here. Or the tap, freeze. I think we guard on this one, though.
Pretty sure they're not going to miss a peel right now.
What's that?
Pretty sure they're not going to miss the peel right now.
Well, it's more or less just killing rocks till we can.
Okay.
That's a good conversation to have between Jeff and Tom. Jeff's thinking that maybe they need to throw one more out front, have Team Geall waste another rock on a peel, and Tom thinking maybe it's time to
call Tom.
The guard, I guess. So they're 2.
Time to throw some rocks into the rings. So I think they're going to go with the center guard.
Just push. I agree with this. I think it's worthwhile to throw one more guard. This is only Tom's first rocks. There's still 4 rocks to come. It's perhaps a little too early to go after those rocks in the rings, because a couple big peels can get rid of everything.
So whoa, let it move.
You want to try to put a little more pressure on.
Line's good.
And be a little more, just be patient till your chance, and then go after the rocks in the rings.
Right there.
Whoa. Whoa. Just over center. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Good.
Nice shot. I think that's a good call, too. Force Brent to go up and have to make another peel.
5 rocks off 6. Yeah, not yet, not yet.
I'm just taking a look to see, how if there is a double there and how flat it is. And Brent is taking his time, going through his regular routine.
Nothing. Right off. Right off.
Ooh.
As close as he could make it, but he'll get it. Brent Pierce getting the peel.
And he makes the peel.
Gets full points.
Yeah, that's a perfect 4 right there on the score sheet.
I like this.
We could feel the tension up here from Geall when he was yelling off, right off, nothing. So it just curled up just enough at the last. And now Jeff looking to either play a freeze or a double. He'll probably play the freeze.
Holy shit, there's stuff all everywhere.
And just to corner freeze this and make it very difficult for Sean Geall to get that rock out of the rings.
Where are we going this one? It's that corner freeze.
Big shot here for Tom if he can put this one just on the corner of that yellow stone in the 8-foot. Put a lot of pressure on Sean Geall on his last 2 stones of the 10th end.
It's good. Yeah, real good.
Line's nice.
Tiny bump.
Clean.
Corner yellow.
Whoa,
That's pretty good.
Whoa, whoa. How much?
Off.
Real good.
Clean.
Line's good.
Yep.
Corner
Whoa,
freeze.
no bump.
Corner freeze.
No bump.
Whoa, whoa.
Off.
No.
Off.
Whoa, Chris, whoa.
Didn't want to bump, but he'll have to deal with it.
Just about.
That's a pretty good shot there. It's put him in a very difficult position to try and remove. And certainly there's no double possibility.
Okay, let's go. Feel it out.
So, you know, some might wonder why they're not hitting the top rock in the top of the 8-foot because it seems to be easier. The issue is they remove that rock, and then all of a sudden that back yellow one becomes exposed, and Jeff Richard can easily get his 2 points. If they pick this rock out now, Jeff Richard's going to have to decide whether he's going to play the double on this one or on his next one. And if he doesn't play it on his first one, then you know Sean Geall's going to have a chance to possibly sit 3 and put a lot of extra pressure on. So taking the easy one first and try to see what they'll end up with on his last one.
Hard. Clean. Clean.
Brent's not screaming, so it sounds like it was good.
Absolutely. As expected from Sean Geall.
Yeah. He's curled so well in the last half of this game.
What does he do?
So decision time here for Jeff and Tom.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't
Down to their
roll right here.
final 2 rocks.
Not bad.
So here it is. It's a straight pick right through the hole. Great shot. Well swapped.
Okay. Even if you move it to here,
Absolutely.
this is going to leave us a shot. Making the double, I don't think is any good because it's just going to give him a, you know. But if you hit roll beside it,
What would happen if I did this?
oh, picks the top one, then we have a heck of a time getting this out for 2.
Oh, you got a shot at it.
Kind of like just hitting and rolling dead beside it.
Can we get that?
Yeah.
Jeff's talking about the hit
Well,
and
it just
roll.
makes this run risky. Probably just blasts or hits it. We might have a double for 2.
Other option was just
Make
trying
the
to put
double
it
now. It's just a
corner freeze again.
Well, I don't like the double.
pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like just bumper roll right dead beside it, or right into here.
So
He plays the pick, and then we might have the. Only thing is if he hits and rolls to here, well, if he rolls anywhere here, it's rolling back to here, and we should have a double on our last one.
Jeff's team has
Okay.
4 minutes and 15 seconds left to throw these last 2 rocks.
Yep.
I know Tom's been taking a quick
Yep.
glance at the clock
Yep.
every so
Right up
often.
against
and
the edge of it. That's
realizes he got it enough time and both their timeouts.
Yeah, both teams still have their 2 1-minute timeouts left, so time won't be a factor coming in these last couple shots.
Well, the other thing is the tap freeze. He guards it, then there's the double.
It's a pretty good call by Jeff. He's
I'm
just
surprised Jeff hasn't called a timeout to.
Oh, he's called it now?
There we go.
Yes,
Have
now.
some discussions about this. I think it's important. I mean, there's only 2 rocks left for Jeff here.
My other
You
thought was the
really
tap
need
freeze
to
right now.
Well, that was.
think about this.
That's what I said in the first one.
So now he's looking at the top freeze, just playing a tap on his own blue rock.
He picks the top, and then we have the double for 2, right?
To tap it back a couple feet.
Then it leaves us the double for 2. You ever leave it on an off angle? Like just tapping it frozen. Moving it back actually a couple inches makes the double a little easier.
I almost like that call better, Jody. What do you think?
If we don't hit the right angle, he does for sure.
Well, perfect. He almost doesn't even have a shot.
He's got a chance.
He make it perfect. He just picks the top. It makes us make the double for 2.
He's in a good position to score
He's
2.
Get one out. He's not
really,
risk.
whatever he chooses to do, he has to make it.
He'll just
Either one of these 3 options is going to be fine. It's a matter of what he's comfortable and what he's going to make. I think the tap freeze is probably the highest risk versus reward, because if he happens to tap it a little offline, he's going to leave a double.
If we do this, I think he's hitting and rolling back over to here, and he might not leave us a double. Okay, I like this. Like that?
I think the only thing with that hitting this outside rock here is there's been some challenges throughout this game in that side of the ice, getting the roll inside.
And nobody's been getting that roll.
Yeah.
But we were here.
It's good discussion, though, by the team.
Getting to there. Well, yeah. That's probably pretty solid.
But as Jody pointed out, I think you have to make it at this point. You got 2 rocks left.
Under curl, right? Into that area. I like that.
So he's looking for the top freeze. He's looking to come down with his in-turn or his out-turn and just tap his own blue rock back about 3 feet just to freeze another rock on the button, hopefully leaving him a double on his last rock for 2. A very precise shot, has to make it really good and avoid giving up a possible double for Sean Geall on his last one for the win.
Got room, guys. Lots of room. Whoa.
Off.
Weight's real good.
Off. Right off.
Right off.
Jeff Richard looks for the tap freeze here.
Yep. Hard.
They're starting to come off the hill now.
Hard. Right up. Go.
Close. Doesn't have a lot of weight on it.
Hard. Go, Ty.
Just a little tap.
Once it hit the curl there, it really took the weight off it.
I think it might have hit something or something because it was way out there.
That goes through there easy.
Thanks.
He makes it
Appreciate that. Half a rock.
So they're saying it might have picked up a little bit because it sure did curl, but we know near these later ends it sure curls a lot, and you have to be prepared for that. So
any chance of Sean being able to clear out both of these blue stones?
Yeah, this has been his bread and butter all game, throwing these big weight hits. He's looking to hit half a rock and then run it off the rock in the top of the 8-foot and shoot the shooter right through the hole. And we've seen the Geall rink make 3 or 4 holes thus far today. So
absolutely. So a huge shot here for Sean Geall. His last rock of the 10th end is teamed up by 2, but Richard with the hammer.
Gotta soup it the whole way. Oh, and it just hangs on.
You can see Sean's reaction. Just hit it
just
a little
about
thin,
perfect.
I think. Yeah.
Just hit a little too thin.
So as a result, Jeff Richard, opportunity to get the double to score 2 here and send this final to an extra end. As we see Brent.
Here it is.
Yeah, just hit it a little thin, didn't get enough action on that second stone. And Brent pounded it as hard as he could, but it just sticks around the back of the 12. Tough shot here for Jeff Richard, though. It's not an easy double. Got to throw a lot of weight. It's pretty flat.
We haven't seen a lot of success in this shot. They've been playing it out to in all game, and now they're playing it in to out. Just playing the different turns, so we'll see.
Well, Jeff Richard needs to score 2 here in the 10th to send us to an extra end. Otherwise, Sean Geall is the BC champion.
They're close.
Big
Nice shot.
And he will do it. Clutch shot from Jeff Richard. Just like last night in the semifinal, picked up a point in the 10th end to send to extra end. This time, picks up 2 in the 10th, and we are going to an 11th end in the final of the Canadian Direct BC Men's Curling Championship. You see that shot one more time. And you see the reaction from Richard. He knows they've got another chance, another live. They keep it going. We'll be
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall fall into this pile of money. Oh, yeah!
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Duncan B. Lodge, located in Rivers Inlet, BC. Fishing tours for salmon, giant halibut, bottom fish, and more. Experience the Duncan B difference. 1-877-846-6548. Curl BC Championship Curling has been sponsored in part by Twin Anchors Houseboats. 30 years of vacation rentals on beautiful Shuswap Lake in the heart of British Columbia's interior. For 2010 rental rates and booking information, visit them at twinanchors.com.
Service.
The Capital One Grand Slam of Curling presents The National, December 15th to 19th at the Westbuild Center in Vernon. Visit ticketseller.ca or order by phone at 250-549-7469.
Say yes to savings. Say yes to savings. Now I want you to fall into this pile of money.
Say yes to savings by switching to Canadian Direct.
Husky, committed to finding alternative ways to keep us all moving. Our ethanol blended fuel boosts vehicle performance, lowers emissions, and supports Western Canadian farmers. Learn more about Mother Nature's fuel at myhusky.ca. Naturally, it's Husky.
Okay. Or 5 seconds. Randy, it's been 5 years since your last Brier appearance, and I don't want to say the door's wide open, but it's at least part way open. How bad do you guys want this?
Oh, a lot. You know, it's one of the things we played for the whole year is to get back to Brier. I never even realized it's been 5 years, but
For Jeff Richard.
Whoa, off.
Well,
trying to make it as difficult as possible for Sean Geall.
Line's real good. Whoa, off, Chris, Chris. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Oh, hurt. Fuck's sakes.
Oh, they're clearly upset because it just picked something there at the end.
Well, again, you know, we've talked about this a number of times. They were not really cleaning it very hard. Then Chris started cleaning a little bit, and it just picked at the end and came up short.
You heard Chris saying that. It seemed something like he just wanted to clean it a little bit along the way. Everybody else wanted to lay off it. And how about that? Unfortunate. You never want to see it happen, especially in this situation here.
I mean, the thing is that it did accomplish what they wanted to do, and they wanted Sean to have to throw the out-turn draw instead of the in-turn, and that's what he has to do. So it's accomplished its goal. It would be nice if it was full 8 foot instead of in the full 12, but you know what? This is going to come down to he's either going to make it or miss it, and we'll just see what happens. So
yeah, it's all the pressure on Sean right now. It comes down to the sweepers, putting it in the right spot, keeping it clean. And all he does is full 8 foot. You heard Sean out of his hand. Clean it.
Here you go for a berth in the 2010 Brier, looking to become back-to-back BC champion. Sean Geall looking to draw in here for the one for the victory in the 11th end.
I hear Kevin say perfect.
And there you will.
It's got a lot of weight on it.
It's got a little weight. Will it hold on? Will it hold on? No, it will not. It does not hold on. Jeff Richard steals one in the 11th end and is the 2010 BC curling champion. Unbelievable turn of events. Sean Geall, all he had to do was draw into the 4 foot, but he was heavy, and as a result, Jeff Richard, Tom Shapitka, Tyler Orm, and Chris Anderson are the 2010 BC men's curling champions.
Mark?
Well, you know, they swept it a little early, right out of his hand. They were cleaning it the whole way. They felt confident that the weight was good, and it just kept sliding and sliding and sliding. And
I just want a teaser.
Here it is, and Tom Shapitka is in great position to sweep it right away. Pounded it the whole way, and it just went a couple inches too far.
Reaction right there from Tyler and Tom, and congratulations from family and friends. What a tournament for Jeff Richard. Unbelievable.
What a run. You know, they had a tough start, and then they just got on fire, and they struggled. They just kept every game close, and they just kept winning the games that they weren't sure if they were going to win. They won a huge game last night against Ursel, and congratulations to those guys. They played with heart and courage and just never gave up in any of the games they were in, and they are going to be fantastic representatives at the Brier at Halifax. Congratulations to all 4 of them. Great job.
Yeah, nothing phased them whatsoever. They went 1-3 to start this event, finished off with 8 straight wins, beating some fantastic teams down the way. Gretzinger, Ursel, and the defending champion Sean Geall in his rink now in the final, and they've won their first BC Brier, well, for 3 of them at least, for Anderson, Orm, and Jeff Richard, who right now is with Stu Walters.
Yeah, thanks, guys. With today's winner, Jeff, can you encapsulate your feelings right now and that extra end and when that shot went long?
I couldn't believe it. They have such good sweepers. They were saying it was perfect the whole way, and we were ready to shake hands, and it just slid through the slide path there, and I'm still in shock.
And talk about this back and forth affair where you guys wouldn't go away.
We hung in there, and we've done that all week, and we're pretty proud of the boys. They played good and fought through it. We gave up 3 and 5, but we hung in there and made some good shots coming home and put some pressure on them, and it paid off.
How many extra levels have you seen your game rise, especially the latter part of this week?
Our team's definitely grown, tenfold this week, no doubt about it. So, we're just going to work hard these next couple of weeks for Halifax.
Can you talk about the spirit of the competition, especially with the Geall rink today, and how much you respect that?
Well, they're such good guys. I mean, Kevin Ricksidler on the team is a good friend of ours and stuff like that. And, I feel bad for them losing like that, but, someone's unfortunately got to come out on top, and it was a close battle. And they're such good guys that, either team would have been good reps in Halifax.
And I'm sure this is obviously the biggest moment of your career to date, but how much are you looking forward to representing BC in Halifax next month?
Oh, we're really looking forward to it. It's been a dream to play in Brier, so we're sure looking forward to it.
All right, Jeff, thanks so much, and we're heading upstairs to Dan Elliott.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Stu. Well, it's been a fantastic week of curling here at the Vernon Curling Club, and as expected, it came down to the bitter end with Jeff Richard. It's a long time coming for his rink, winning 9-8 in an extra end. And the Richard rink are the 2010 BC Men's Curling Champion. They will now represent the province of BC at the Tim Hortons Brier in Halifax beginning on March 6th. Stay tuned for the Alberta Men's Curling Boston Pizza Cup.